Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast, a D&D campaign based on Greek mythology. My name is Todd, and I'll be the DM for this adventure. Now the players will say hello themselves.
Hello, my name is Macy, and I will be playing Aldora.
Yo, I'm Dylan. I play Andrak.
Hello, my name is Becca and I play Kyriaki.
Guten Tag, ich bin Kevin und spiele Malachi.
Danke. It is time for the Monster Mashup. A chance for us to take monsters or legends or gods from the D&D world and pit them against gods and legends from the Greek mythology world. So, we have all chosen our own thing. Me personally, I didn't want to go for who could beat up who, because otherwise it would be Tarask versus everybody, or Zeus versus everybody. So instead, I went with who I think would be a fun fight to watch, and in my opinion, personally, that is a Pit Fiend versus Hades, god of the underworld. They both share a lot of the same damage types, so it would negate a lot of their damages, so they would have to go more outside the box. Pit Fiends can summon armies of devils, Hades can summon armies of the dead, the Pit Fiend has spells like Firestorm, Hold Monster, Wall of Fire, and Hades has Divine Magic, Counterspell, probably Plane Shift too, and he definitely has Power Word Kill. He's got the Helm of Invisibility. I mean, Pit Fiends have chains that bind people. It's just, I think that would be a really awesome fight to see, and that's just me. Who else has a fun one?
I want the run back of the century. I mean, we all know the legendary battle between good old Hercules and the Hydra. Iconic Greek mythology. I want the run back of taking a more powerful multi-headed creature. I want to see Zeus fight Tiamat.
Ooh.
Not because, gods, but I was just genuinely think, I want to see Zeus fight Tiamat. That would be funny. It would be awesome, but it would be funny too.
I had a kind of similar one, actually. I wanted to see, to Todd, I should say. I wanted to see a fight between Hades and Asmodeus, the god of the Nine Hells, or the ruler of the Nine Hells. Because it would be a really cool same thing. Just be really cool to watch two lords of underworlds fight each other in I had imagined this gigantic battle of armies of dead and demons and devils and stuff, and then you just have Hades and Asmodeus just exchanging blows in this fiery lava underworld of hell. It looked cool in my mind.
I can almost see it like a
That
chess
would be
game.
scary.
Right?
Yeah, I agree with that. Asmodeus is very, clever.
Yeah.
And Hades has done similar stuff where he'll make bets against people by playing a game. So I could see Hades and him.
I feel like if you followed an alignment chart, they're both very lawful evil.
Yeah, I could see it being a massive chess game of whose, dead army is better.
Whose dead army is better?
Good choice. I agree with you. That would be fun.
Thank you.
I'm hoping this is actually a good matchup because I kind of did something similar to what you had done, but I chose I chose Baal, the god of murder, and then going up against Kali,
Ooh.
goddess of death, destruction, and primarily associated with time.
I'm not aware of her. Where is she from?
She's a Hindu goddess.
Ooh.
So, Kali, I actually don't really know a ton about her, but she, from what I have heard, is very, I will fight you. She has 4 arms. She always carries a sword with her, I believe, from what it looks like.
She wears the skulls of her enemies as a basically belt.
You could probably explain her better than me, because...
That's pretty metal.
Yeah.
she's a psychopath who likes to murder people in glorious combat. I'm surprised she's not the true patron of Kyriaki.
I thought an interesting matchup would be Athena against an Androphinx. Just like a Sphinx in general. I think they would either have a really good conversation or try to outwit each other and start a fight.
That would be pretty cool. Just like a battle of like riddles and rhymes and like words, and then Athena gets tired of it and just fucking kills it.
Yeah.
Aw.
Or it's a good fight.
It's a rap battle preceded by a fucking fist fight. Oh my god.
Yeah.
An Androphinx fist fighting somebody in my mind. That's just a great image.
It's just one of those
stands on the back legs, just like put him up.
Put him up, bitch. You might be the goddess of wisdom and war, but I'm a fist fight yo ass.
Becca,
Yeah.
you gave me a vision in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
You ever seen those people who answer questions with questions and they annoy the shit out of you?
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of how their fight would go.
Yeah.
He asks her a riddle, she asks him a riddle. He's like, oh. He asks her a riddle, she answers his riddle with a riddle.
And it's just a never-ending riddle fest.
And us normal people are sitting there like, huh?
Will they shut the fuck up at this point?
And they're both immortal, so oof. Or ageless, not immortal. I don't know. Some people say immortal is just ageless, but
Mortality is the capability of dying, so...
Anybody got some runners up that they enjoy?
Excuse me. I was just thinking of Apollo, famously
Got
did that
slurped.
whole thing too. Yeah. I think if Apollo fought a bigger, scarier dragon, that might be kind of cool.
Apollo versus Bahamut.
Yeah, like like a great, like a ancient white dragon or an ancient gold dragon or something like that, where it's just all like, you've done this once, but can you do it against something scarier?
That would be sad. Their saves would be so good that he would try to like use his music to do them in, and they'd be like, Psh, no, stop it. And they just kill him.
Either that or like, I was thinking it'd be just kind of an interesting fight to watch. Oh God, why am I blanking on the name? Hercules. It'd just be cool to watch Hercules fight like literally anything, just because the dude is crazy, and it's just cool to see him fight monsters.
And too many
Yeah,
fucking
like
died.
Like what Dylan said earlier, I did kind of want to level up the Hydra one and have him fight like you were talking about a dragon, like an adult dragon.
Ooh, a
instead of
Draco
just a
Hydra.
Hydra. Ooh, that's
Ooh.
fucked.
Choose the head colors to be even more chaotic.
Oh dear.
I mean, I
Could be fun.
want to see Bahamut just not even battle, just hanging out with Dionysus.
Just hanging out. They're just having some drinks at the bar.
Yeah. Because Bahamut's wizard form that I always forget the name of is just a chill dude. You could
I mean,
you could see it.
anybody that powerful is probably pretty chill because they don't give a fuck.
Right. Yeah.
So you could see him just hanging out with Dionysus, and they're just at the bar, and the other gods are like, yo, what the fuck, dude? Who is this? Why do you got a random old dude? And he's just like, party time, youngsters!
That's all I got. I'm trying to think of anything. I'm looking at a list of monsters right now to see if I got any other cool ideas, but that's all I have for now.
one. Do you think Zeus would win against Trask?
It'd be a cool battle.
What?
Zeus versus a Trask.
Oh, I think that would be good because Tarask is used to being immune to spells and reflecting spells.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Zeus bringing like some real thunder would be like, oh shit, it's go time.
There we go. You got my Olympian god.
Hecate versus
Flail snail.
Mystra.
Oh, that would be fun.
Ooh. Oh, I like that.
Gods of magic. I think it would be.
Two gods of magic.
I think it would be funnier. Hecate versus 50 flail snails with their magic repellent shields. They're not gonna win, but she's gonna get annoyed at some point about them.
I don't want Hecate to fight anybody because I have done her personality up and studied it, and I know that we would all, mortals, die before she did.
Exactly.
Oh, that's why
She
I said
would tear this world apart trying to kill that thing.
I know. That's why I said that would be a funny battle, just because she gets pissed off because it keeps deflecting magic, and she's like, "Nah, fuck this shit." Reality erasure.
Not that I'm shit talking Kyriaki's god or anything. I mean, I wouldn't do that, but
Ares versus Grumsh One Eye.
oh,
Oh, God.
Who is, for those who may not know listening in, the god of the orcs from D&D.
he has a really cool story.
He does.
You won't
Coralon's
hear
a
it on this
bastard.
podcast, but
It would be.
he rose to power, didn't he?
He was, I believe so. I believe he rose to power
I
and
think
was,
he was just
put
an
down.
orc, and then he got god form.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got so good at being an orc that I think he became a god, and then Coralon had to actually like nerf him in order for him to not just like rule the other gods because he was on a warpath.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's promoting from within, you know?
Yeah, valid.
All right. You ready to go see some other guides?
No.
Y'all.
Hi, my name is Dylan. You're listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast.
Previously on the Dungeon Speak podcast, Aldora finished business with Ares, having her boots of elvenkind shredded while still on her feet. The party then heads down a hall towards music. Scouting ahead, Kyriaki sees, through peeking around a corner, that the music is in a large room and charming demons. It is later found that there are 5 of the large demons with forearms, hair going down their back and shoulders, and 4 blue and celestial harps that are floating in the air, and they are playing the sound of an entire orchestra. In the center of the room is a broken statue of Apollo. Hilarity ensues as the party tries to find a way around the music and demons. This includes Castor becoming a snake, Andrak yanking people with rope, everyone getting stuck, including Kyriaki, who rolled double natural ones with her stupid advantage. And eventually Andrak makes earplugs with his water skin, and Malachi hums in his head as he makes his way safely into the room. He spends a little bit of time studying the situation before he starts stabbing the charmed demons in the face. They seem to wake up for a split second before they just die. The demons are dead, but the music continues to play. Malachi takes a detour and goes down a short hallway that he passed on his way to the music. He finds 2 malformed demons, so he shoots them and then runs. With 2 entrances to that area, Malachi runs around the room, yelling at his party while he does. The demons sniff him out, but go both ways. 1 malformed demon and 2 gorilla-like demons run out of the left side as the party looks at the room from down the hall, and 1 malformed one comes out the right. It then gets caught by the music and stands there charmed. So Andrak throws a spear at it and fucking kills it. Aldora explodes a demon with Guiding Bolt, forcing Malachi to duck, dip, and dodge. Andrak runs up, catches the head of the exploded demon, and uses his momentum to fastball the demon's head into the back of a gorilla-looking demon's head. Malachi then runs up, catches the demon from behind, and slices through his chest, killing the last demon. As Andrak discovers a white light area of the grove, Aldora helps study the area. Malachi retrieves a golden spear for Andrak and then proceeds to walk into the white light, and burning, taking radiant damage. After studying the area, Aldora notices that there are small spots where the light does not hit the grass. She steps there, and it is safe. Herself and Andrak start to walk through the area. Castor follows suit, but notices that the blessing he received heals him as he starts to burn. Castor attempts to help by manipulating the grove's grass that was created by Rhea, mother of the gods, Demeter, goddess of the harvest, and Aphrodite, goddess of love, beauty, pleasure, and procreation. After that attempt, he sees that the light in that space disappears completely, making the area more difficult to traverse. About that time is when Aldora moves ahead and sees a chest to her right. under this white light. It is about 20 feet away from her. So, Aldora, you can see to your right, around that corner, is this chest. Almost like beaming in spotlight with the white light around you. But as you stand there, Aldora and Andrak, you turn around as you hear this like kind of rumbling sound, and you see Castor suddenly grip the grassy wall as he has his hand over his stomach, and he like leans over a little bit, and you see him make like this really concerned look on his face. And Malachi and Kyriaki, you watch as he just takes off running like to the right, and goes around the corner, and he goes into a different room. You see he's got one hand on his stomach, one hand behind him.
Don't you do that to him.
You don't know what's going on. He's got that robe on. It's crazy. Like, you're hoping that ends well, but who really will know?
You're fucked up.
Malachi just shoots a concerned glance at Kyriaki and then shrugs.
Malachi and Kyriaki are still outside the wide area, but Aldora and Andrak, y'all are in the depths of it. You still have this burnt to a crisp demon on the left-hand side of you. Aldora, you're the only one who's seen the chest. You could just like tell them there's nothing here, tell them to turn around and go back, and then you could take everything in there. But that's up to you.
Aldora will turn around and she will tell the party, I think I see a chest over here, but there doesn't seem to be anything else.
Well, are you gonna get closer and see what's inside? Or you just gonna tell us about it? I'm not getting in there. That shit hurt.
Yeah, no thank you.
Afraid of a little
Aldora.
light?
I just don't want to fight the radiance of whatever this is.
Yeah, it genuinely burned my flesh. I'm not gonna try that again.
You
So-
want to be careful.
Shall I do a roll to look for the next spot that's going towards the chest?
Are you stepping into the next square?
I'm trying to see if I can find the thing, but yes. Like the empty patch.
Okay, yeah. Roll a perception check.
12.
Yeah, you can see where there's no light.
Boink.
Alright. So you step into that next spot. You take 8 points of radiant damage.
Oof.
You are resistant, though.
Yeah. Thanks.
Andrak will continue to step forward and follow.
Alright, Andrak, perception check.
That's a 13, boss.
Alright, as you step in the next spot, you realize that that was not an empty spot. It was a shadow, and you take 9 points of radiant damage as this light burns you from above.
How much?
9.
9.
Ah, dang.
Rolled low last time, rolling high today. Come on, Outdoor, keep going. We're gonna have some fun.
At least she's resistant.
Okay.
8 more points of
Oh.
radiant damage, Aldora, as you stand there in the wrong spot.
Oh. Persistent.
Aldora's going to jump out of the light.
Alright, you go into the next one. Perception check, please.
25.
You find the spot, and you are absolutely fine. Andrak, quick, what do you want to do?
He's gonna try to move forward again. 25!
You find the spot where you can see her heavy booted foot.
She
It's
doesn't
all
got
the
boots.
armor, it's not you. Oh, shit, that's right. She didn't have boots on anymore.
She has, like, cloth wrappings of clothing.
Also, the first character to ever use his travel clothes.
In all of D&D, ever.
In all of D&D
I have
ever.
never used that shit. I usually don't even write it down.
I usually delete them from my inventory as soon as I get them. If I'm not wearing my clothes, why the fuck would I have more clothes?
This
So
is why we know
Malachi-
Malachi's homeless.
Yes.
Malachi, Kyriaki, you guys heard her say there's a chest over here and then disappear around the corner. All you
Mhm.
see is Andrak, but they both are safe if you want to take a breath before you try to keep moving forward.
Oh, we're not moving forward, I don't think.
Oh, I meant Andrak and Aldora. I mean,
Oh, gotcha.
I encourage you to do it. That's because you got shit perception, so I'm just ready to roll.
Yeah, no. Malachi is going to, while they're working on this, he's probably not going to get much time into it, but Malachi is just going to pull open his book and start reading a little bit as he waits for them.
Fair enough. All right, Aldora, you are safe. You're in a safe spot. So, Andrak, also you. But if y'all want to take your time and then keep going, or if you just want to keep moving, it's up to you.
Aldora's going to take a step forward to the chest.
Roll a perception check.
Okay. Oh, 25.
All right. You find a safe spot. You step in front of this chest. This chest does not really seem ornate from a distance, but with your really good passive perception, you can see that there's just slight engravings of vines on it. So it does seem like it was intricately made, but not supposed to be to the naked eye.
Eldora will have her weapon ready in case if this is some kind of other trap.
I am not Dylan.
Sorry, I have mimic trauma.
You're
That's
okay.
a trauma response for sure.
Andrak's a mimic!
Eldora will then open up the chest.
All right. You go to open it. You see the chest shakes and you hear it roar at you. I'm just
No.
fucking with you. I'm sorry.
No.
You go to open it. Locked.
Eldora will look for the lock.
It is right there in the front.
Oh, it's not like it's just one of those ones that are attached to a chest, not like a separate.
Is it a part of the chest or is it a padlock?
Yeah.
It's just like a little padlock I'm sorry, it's not a padlock. It's it's set into the chest itself.
Mhm.
So at the very front of it, just under the hinge part of it where the lid is, you can see that there is a place to put a key of some kind. But it doesn't look like a skeleton key that you'd be used to. It looks like it's in a weird shape of almost like an hourglass.
Well, Eldora's gonna turn over to Andrak. Do you have any tools that could pick a lock?
Do I look like I open locks I do not have the key for?
Well, I mean, you never know, because I didn't really think you were into, well, you don't strike me as the person obsessed with boats.
It's kind of judgy.
Andrak looks down at his hand axe. Sure. We have not found a key for any chests while we've been out here. He'll turn to Kyriaki, who is the weird one. Kyriaki, do you have any lock opening skills?
I do.
There's a lock. It needs open.
Oh, that's real tragic.
Is the chest set into the ground? He'll turn to Eldora for that.
Yes.
So you wouldn't be able to try to lift it.
I mean, you haven't tried to lift it, but it looks pretty deep in the ground. It's either heavy or it's connected.
Would I still know the right spots to step, or would I have to do checks all over again?
You know, that's a good question.
One that apparently we don't get an answer to.
Yep, I'm gonna have to figure that out. Eldora's
I'm
gonna.
sorry, I was playing Minesweeper.
Oh.
Malachi looks down from his book at Andrak and says, a locked box. The chest is locked.
Yes.
Maybe search and see if that fried demon right there has anything on him.
Good point. Andrak turns around, looks down. Does the funny demon boy over here have anything on him?
I will say that you notice that even his clothes are burned. Not that he was wearing a lot of it, but you see nothing of color that sticks out. Like, even if he had something on him, it was probably burned with him.
This fiend is Ash. He doesn't have anything on him. Can he flip him around?
I'm sorry?
Can he use, like, his foot to, like, lift him slightly? See if there's anything under him? Like, ew, I don't want to touch that with my hands.
No, it's fine. Yes, you could flip him over. So he is now laying on his stomach. I'm just kidding. Let me get the laugh out. Okay. So you go to nudge him to flip him over, and your foot kind of goes through him, and a chunk of his leg comes out and turns to ash as you nudge him.
He'll turn back to Malachi and just shake his head.
Well, that was worth a shot. He goes back to reading.
If you could guide me, I think I could come through.
So
Couldn't you
Todd,
just teleport over there?
I can't see it. I've never been there. I can't just teleport to places I've never been.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, it's a fun roll that we haven't done yet.
Also, I don't know how that would work in this kind of place.
So theoretically, could I pick up Kyriaki and just chuck her across?
Ow.
That's a joke.
You could.
I don't think you can. I don't think you're strong enough to physically pick up Kyriaki.
How much does she
Ooh.
weigh?
I don't know. That sounded like a challenge to me.
Kyriaki is probably not the... I think Kyriaki's the second tallest, and probably the second most muscular person in the group.
Malachi is like 6 foot. I don't know how tall Kyriaki is.
6 foot.
Give her a piggyback ride.
I would
Okay.
give Kyriaki with equipment 220, 250 pounds max. So I think Andrak could pick her up. I don't think he could toss her, but he could carry her.
That does not pass my carrying capacity. So yeah, I could pick her up, but that's about it. Can't throw her.
That'd be an interesting sight.
Kyriaki's gonna try to move towards them.
Yeah, she is.
Can Andrak give the help action?
She's got
What are you
foresight.
going to do? Yell, you can do it?
I already have
well-
advantage, so...
Yeah, she's got foresight, so she already has advantage.
Because the spots
Dang,
in the
but-
ground should still be there, shouldn't it?
Kyriaki, go ahead and roll perception with advantage as you step forward into the first space into the room.
Yeah, that's a 7.
Oh God.
As you take your first step, confident in your foresight, you take 9 points of radiant damage. It has been 8, 9, 8, 9.
Yeah, right.
Last week it was like 1, 3, 1. Let's do 1 for Malachi. Boom. Oh, 8. Oh, awkward.
Don't
That
take one
wasn't
for
real.
Malachi. Malachi didn't do anything. Malachi's reading a goddamn book.
You don't want to be you don't want an outcast, do you? Come on. Take some damage.
I already did. I started this party.
Can you not bring the chest over?
I can
being
attempt.
Being the grove of the gods, I doubt it's that easy.
I will
Andrak will try
admit, I did not notice that Aldora had taken a step away from the chest.
Fuck!
Sneaky.
Roll a perception check for me real quick, Miss Aldora.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's the.
Andrak-
It's
I think it was a mistake.
R C P C E P.
Oh shit, it's gonna hurt. 15.
You take 2 points of radiant damage
Look.
as you're like, I'm confident. Oh,
That should hurt.
Will try to make his way over towards the chest.
okay.
15.
A 15. You take a step towards the chest, and as you get close to her, you catch yourself in her armor, and you kind of look at yourself as you're like, oh, is that somebody approaching me? Oh, wait, it's me. And you take 6 points of radiant damage.
Shit,
Off
he's
this
going.
time.
He's gonna go forward again because he doesn't want to keep taking it.
Okay, Aldora, I saw you move again.
One hop this time.
20.
Crisscross. One hop.
How does
Andrak?
20 do, Todd?
You
Yep.
take no radiant damage as you just at the last seconds you're putting your foot down, you move a little bit to your left and you find a clear spot. Aldora, what'd you get?
24.
And you are absolutely fine. You like see where the grass is starting to like stand back up from what we were saying before, and you're like, ooh,
Final step forward. Do it
Do
again.
again.
you got this.
One step forward for
20.
mankind.
Again.
And you see a little spot. You do not burn. Wouldn't it be funny if the chest was empty? Ha.
All right.
Sorry.
Let's see. How heavy is this funny chest, Todd?
I have faith that you are not interested in wasting that much of our time.
Yes, he is.
Let's see here. Hold on, I gotta remember what the rules are on this. Give me 1 second, please.
Well, he will attempt to lift the chest. Can he lift the chest?
I said, give me a second. Jesus.
Well, I feel like
I even said
just
please. That didn't last for shit.
I was just clarifying because I realized if I said how heavy is the chest and I can't lift it, then you'd be like, well, you don't know, you can't lift it. So I was
Okay.
like, you know what, let's just see if I can even lift the fucking thing first.
Hold on. So let's do the basic math on the very first one. I would say you can strain to barely get one side of it up. Andrak.
Okay, so that's definitely not moving.
Like, with her help, you could possibly drag it, but then you're talking about strength checks with perception checks, and this could be fun.
He'll lower it, shake his head. Even if the entire group were over here, it would be a strain to move it out there. I don't think it would be wise to move it.
This might be a little out of what we're doing here, but does Malachi by any chance notice the fact that Pallas is moving away from us slowly? Because I noticed that, but I wasn't sure if my character would notice that, Todd.
Isn't Malachi reading a book?
Yeah, sure.
Mind your own business.
He's just side-eye glancing.
I thought I'd bring attention to that, just kind of in my own way.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyways, continue.
Well,
Malachi is going to look over at Kyriaki. So, I'm guessing you've decided that it's too hot to handle.
I mean, I'm not much of a quitter. I could try again.
No, well then try again. I mean, it doesn't sound like they're making much progress in there.
Oof, goodness. 19.
There you go.
That's really good. You see part of your foot out inside this light as you step down, and you take 4 points of radiant damage.
Good God.
It's not good enough. Where can I move to? Is there specific boxes, or gonna just move forward?
This one or this one? Actually, I'm sorry, you have to go to this one because Castor, he covered up the space in the one above it.
Okay, so I need to go here?
Directly forward, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
It's like watching a really shitty game of chess.
Alright, I guess I'll try again.
Pawn to B2.
Lightning strike.
18.
You step forward. One more square. Is it because it's Becca? You take 2 points of radiant damage as you
I took
step
9
into
points.
the light.
I don't know what you're talking about. So
Yeah.
Well, it was 8, 9, 8, 9, 8, 8, and then 4, 5. Or 4, 2.
Alright, I'm gonna keep going.
You can do it.
16.
16. You step forward. 4 points of radiant damage.
Cool. Oh, did I step forward? I can't. Yeah. No, I didn't. I didn't step forward the third time I'm stepping on the crushed body. I don't know exactly where I can go.
I mean, you just stepping on a dead demon. That's just kind of mean.
Yeah, he's dead. It's fine. 15. I know I'm taking damage.
15. As you step
I'm sorry, go ahead.
forward, you take 1 point of radiant damage.
2.
I would like to try something weird.
Okay.
Malachi is going to cast... He's going to put down his book, put it away. Remember that he might have something for this. And he's going to cast Shadow of Moil on himself.
What is that?
It is a warlock spell. Flame-like shadows wreath your body until the spell ends, causing you to become heavily obscured to others. The shadows turn dim light within 10 feet of you into darkness, and bright light in the same area into dim light. Until the spell ends, you have resistant to radiant damage. In addition, whenever a creature within 10 feet of you hits you with an attack, blah, 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 they get hurt, but that's not important right now. So he wants to do that and then take a step in and see what happens.
Okay. Take a step in. You take 6 points of radiant damage. Oh, I'm sorry, you're resistant. 3 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
That's the square that Castor covered up the dark spot of.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, but it, so it took 3 points of radiant damage. Okay. Fuck it, we're in. He's gonna keep moving forward.
Kyriaki, you moving? Because if you don't, you'll take another one.
Yeah, I'm gonna move.
Alright. Perception check. Do good.
I hear a cat.
Oh, no, you don't. 14.
I'm sorry?
14.
You take one point of radiant damage.
1 point of radiant damage.
Yeah, do I do a perception check now, too, as I move forward?
Yes, sir.
16. Ow.
You take 7 points of radiant damage. Divide by 2, 3.
This is a weird poll, but does it if I were to pick up pace and run and, throw caution to the wind, do you think that would do the same amount of damage over time, or do you think that would be, a cool choice?
You know what? That is up to you, Malachi. That is a good question. Let me ask my co-host. Todd, what do you think? Go ahead.
Okay. Malachi takes that second step and continues to feel the burning despite being wreathed in shadows. And he's like, fuck this. And then he just runs in full speed to get up to the rest of them. Oof. And, yeah.
4 perception checks. If you do not make that 4th one, you will continue to take burning damage.
Okay, 4. 19. Hey, natural 20 for a 21. 3. And 6.
You take 1 point of radiant damage, 8 points of radiant damage, and 3 points of radiant damage as you land on that last space right behind Andrak, touching the light. Kyriaki, what would you like to do?
1, 8, and 3, you said?
Yes, sir.
So 12 total. Gotcha.
Yes.
Kyriaki watches Malachi and will follow suit.
You're going to take off running?
Yep. How many do I need to do from where I'm at?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. If you're just going behind Aldora?
Mm-hmm.
3.
Got it. Oh, what the fuck?
God.
Yeah, 1 more. Good lord, if this is the result of my rolls today, I'm fucked. My last one was a 12.
Oh dear. What was your other 2?
14 and 4.
You want me to tell you the total or one at a time?
Just give me the total.
Alright. 21 points of radiant damage.
Jesus.
Not cut in half. By the way, I forgot to tell you that. Malachi, did you cut yours in half?
I did not. Those were the full totals?
What was it? 1, 8, 3, 12. So you took
12
6.
total. Okay,
yeah.
Cool. I'll just heal 6 back up. As Malachi gets up to Aldora and Andrak, you guys see he's still obviously getting singed and burned, but you see there's also like a kind of shadowy flame-like appearance around his body. And he gets up to you guys. He's like, all right, Kyriaki and I are here. Somebody get out of the way so Kyriaki can open the damn thing and we can get what we need and go, because this shit hurts.
Eldora will step aside.
I would actually like to propose something.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just an opinion of mine. But what is Aldora's strength?
My strength is 8. I think I know what it is. On 15.
Do you think that Aldora could stand still and hold Kyriaki?
Yes.
Not moving, just stand still. I would give it a strength check, low DC. But that would help her. Or you can give her the help action to swap places with her.
I'll probably swap places.
Okay, so would you like to give her the help action?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Kyriaki, since you already have advantage, I'm going to give you a bonus of half of Aldora's perception. Your perception is a 9? Aldora?
Yeah.
Okay, so do +4. So you have a total of +5, I think. So you have advantage, and +5.
19. Rolling like ass.
You take 9 points of radiant damage.
Ugh.
As you swap, Aldora also roll.
21.
Okay, so yeah, you just barely find a spot to stand, but you were able to stand there. Malachi, as you stand there watching this, you take 2 points of radiant damage, reduced to 1.
Ow.
Alright. In this stupid box.
Do you have lockpicks?
Yeah, I have thieves' tools.
Oh, okay.
I always forget how this works. For when you have thieves' tools and proficiency in it, how do you roll?
Dex plus proficiency.
Ooh.
I know, it's unfortunate.
I'm rolling so bad. Alright, 25.
Nice.
25. Okay. What news do you want first?
Can I open it?
You can. You hear a little click.
What's the other news?
You take 2 points of radiant damage.
Motherfucker. Okay, what's in the box?
You open
What's
it.
in the box?
Yeah, I open it. I just unlocked it. Why wouldn't I open it?
As you open it, you hear the whisper of Hera. She says,
Not yours.
Oh.
and you see this spiritual fist come from the sky and slam down. I believe it's a rather large radius, but I will double check. Oh, it's actually only a 10-foot radius, but luckily you're in a 10-foot wide hallway, so that's all I know.
Fuck.
Can you all please make dexterity saving throws?
Is
Just
this a
because
spell?
you said so.
I'm sorry, what, Dylan?
Is this a spell or spell-like effect?
It is a spell-like effect, yes. So if you have resistance to that, or radiant or thunder damage, please let me know.
Okay.
Alright, how did you guys do?
Malachi got a 23.
Nice.
Kyriaki got a 22.
Of course. Andrak, Aldora?
22.
Alright.
5.
I'm sorry, one more time.
5.
5. You are the only
Five.
person to fail.
Fuck.
Is anybody resistant to either radiant or thunder damage?
I am.
was-
Currently
Oh.
resistant to radiant.
Already.
Nope.
Kyriaki, resistant to either?
No.
Okay. So, you guys both take half damage. So, Kyriaki and Andrak, you take 17 points of radiant and thunder damage. Malachi, you take, hold on, 9 points of radiant and thunder damage. Aldora, you take, 27 points of radiant and thunder damage.
Good God in heaven.
27,
Not today.
but is that cut? That's cut in half since I'm resistant to it, right?
I already did the math, you're good.
Oh, so it's 27.
Yes, ma'am.
Damn.
What did you say for Kyriaki again?
17.
17.
Yeah, imagine if you had failed and not been resistant.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you don't have to imagine. I'll just tell you, it's actually a total of 36, thunder and radiant together.
Ugh.
But this fist comes down, blasts out, hurting everybody.
Ugh.
Oh, that hurt everybody.
Okay, after reeling for a second, looks over. He's like, okay, so we pissed off somebody. Do we leave it or do we take it? What is going on?
What's in the... Can we see what's in the box?
You and Andrak can. Malachi takes 3 more points of radiant damage.
Ow.
What is in the box?
Fuck.
Kirky, as you look in there and you shuffle through it, you see a few things. You have a proficiency in history, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm just going to give you the summary of a couple things. So you see like an ancient looking brass crown. You could guesstimate it's from the Anatolian era. So about like 14 to 1500 BCE, just looking at it. So over 1,000, or about 1,000 years ago is when this crown would have been made. You see an ivory statue that looks hand carved. It doesn't look like it's of a god, so it looks like it's just of a woman, but it looks beautifully made. You see silk robes. It looks like it's mostly red, but a lot of gold trim on it. It looks like you could guesstimate it's from the Mycenaean era. It looks like it was a king's robe of some kind. So very old, very nice. Still looks just made. You see a necklace. It's got a silver chain, silver placard, blue sapphire in the middle of it. You can see just above it is like the head of a warrior. Looks like he's, it's the classic looking up in the distance, I'm a hero. Mm-hmm. You see a potion bottle that looks like it's got a purple liquid in it with some kind of pink cloud. And you see another potion bottle where it's like a black thick, a gray thick substance with bubbles bubbling up through it. You see a scroll that it's green and it almost looks like it's made out of leaves a little bit. And it looks like it is a spell scroll of some kind that has words written on it that you can slightly read. It looks like it was written for Celestial, but it looks like you could probably look at a glance and see it. You see another scroll that feels cold to the touch. and it is like a darker, like burnt color. And you open it slightly, and you see it's written in abyssal, but this thing like oozes evil. But that's what you see at a glance.
Kyriaki is probably already in a got pushed down, but is up in a kneeling position now. Forgive us, God Queen. We were I don't want to say unsure. We didn't even check. This bounty is for someone else. Forgive us. We will close the box and leave it.
I actually forgot something else that was in there. It looks like a tapestry. It looks well made, but if you unfurl a little bit, it looks like somebody changed. And it looks like a tapestry of Aphrodite and men and women surrounding her. But then you can see where it looks like somebody changed her eyes to look like they're crossed.
Right.
The God Queen says it's not for us. We should leave it. If you wish to ask for her favor, you can, but I've already angered her enough. I'd rather not do it again. And Kyriaki will close the box.
Yeah, well, my skin is cooking, and if we're not going to take what's in there, then I'm out of here. Guy's going to begin heading out.
Did you hold any of that up out of curiosity, Kyriaki, as you were looking at it?
No, she didn't touch it. She looked through it, moved the items around in the box a little, but she didn't take anything out.
Okay.
Can Malachi can't see what's in there from where he's at.
You have tippy toes.
So yes, he can.
I'll say yeah. I mean, she
Okay.
opened it up. It's pretty wide. You could tippy toe, lean on Andrak a little bit. What's in there?
Does anything in there catch his eye as being specifically something that he might recognize?
Yes. And that's why I was asking about Kyriaki holding things up. So the scroll, the dark one,
Mhm.
that is specifically from the underworld. And it has symbols and writing that reflect that. It is written, you would recognize an abyssal.
Okay. So Malachi kind of turns to leave as he said, and then stops for a second processing that, and he turns back and he's all like, I'm sorry, you're sure that we're not allowed to take anything from here?
I mean,
Kyriaki.
you can ask her, but I've already angered her by unlocking the box. I don't know if you heard her voice, but she told me specifically, not for me.
You all heard that.
Okay. Yes, I did hear that. Andrak, do you have any plans on taking anything from there?
I do not recognize anything. If it is not for us, who is it for? I don't mean to assume anybody else is coming, but who else would be?
Oh, perhaps these are personal belongings of the gods themselves. I'm considering whether or not we're worthy of holding them, but if there's a chance that Hera might bless us with this bounty, I would attempt to try regardless. May I take your place over here? And he motions to the place that, like in front of the chest that Andrak is standing in.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I left something else out. There's also at the very bottoms, like just filling up the bottom of it, 11,000 gold and 1,100 platinum.
That's just a little bit.
Yeah, side note, just nothing big. Go ahead. Sorry.
So what do we have to do
Andrak will
for...
swap places with Malachi?
All right.
Yeah.
Malachi, perception check.
Okay. Here, I'm just gonna... This is not where he's actually moving. I'm just opening the space for Andrak real quick.
There you go.
Okay. Perception check. Coming right up, boss. 15.
Figured 7 points of radiant damage divided by 2, 3.
3.
Andrak got 10.
Ooh, Andrak, you're falling behind, sir. 5 points of radiant damage.
As...
They're shuffling by each other, and Andrak's like, your cape is dragging on my armor. You need to...
Well, if you weren't 3 feet wide, it'd be a little easier.
I am only 2.5 feet wide.
Yeah, well, that was not important. Malachi gets past him and then immediately falls to his knees in front of the chest and, with his eyes closed, speaks, "Great goddess, mother of this place, Or, no, he wouldn't say that. Sorry. Backtrack. Hera, Queen of Gods, we beseech you to tell us whether or not we are worthy of taking the items within this place and seek forgiveness for opening it without your permission. We accept that our punishment has been had, and we will leave this place if it is your demand. But we are fighting a great fight in this place and could use these blessings if you are so willing.
You know, the fun thing about this is you have to slightly change the rules of D&D, because normally this is not allowed, but Greek mythology, the gods were a lot more interactive with humans and mortals.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kevin, if you would please roll a D100.
A D100?
I'm
Well,
going to
sure.
have to give Aldora like a double % chance, since it's part of her class features. We just got to do something special for her.
95.
Wow,
I don't know if that's
really
good
opposite.
or bad.
You want to get under your level.
Ah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
He's not very good at
so
talking to gods. This is established.
You hear nothing.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, Malachi's not in the mood to get fisted from the sky again. So he's going
you
to
are.
He's look back at the rest of the party and he says, "No answer. I don't feel like we should test fate. We should just go. Unless one of you is willing to try instead."
I don't think it would be wise to push the matter.
Probably not.
All right. Yeah, well, he's blockaded a bit now, so unless everybody starts moving, Malachi's going to continue to fry, so we should probably go.
2 points of radiant damage.
Mm.
Oh.
Andrak will dash out.
Oh. Ooh, that's a lot of squares.
I know.
2, 3, 4,
Heck.
5, 6.
Kyriaki, maybe you could just teleport everybody out.
Oh.
I don't understand how the magic in here works.
We've done it
could
before.
Have we?
I did it just a few moments ago, or a little bit ago. It didn't interfere with my abilities to traverse space. Our powers might be different, though, but I mean...
All
You
right.
haven't pissed off any gods recently, have you?
Well, if you look around, I
now?
think we've all
Yes.
pissed off one, yes.
I don't always. I hate angering the god queen. All right.
Have you done it before?
Her
Yes.
and Lady Hecate sometimes bicker. Sometimes I get caught in it. But they're good friends most of the time. Anyway, Kyriaki will put one hand onto Aldora, her other hand onto Malachi, and then she'll look at Andrak to put his hand somewhere onto her too.
Andrak will place a hand on Kyriaki's head.
And she will boop everyone back around where they just were.
Roll a D100.
Huh?
Oh, please roll a D100. I'm sorry.
We've been there. I can teleport back to places I've been.
Yeah.
Oh,
God damn
it's
it.
okay. So Malachi can teleport, but Kyriaki can't. 17.
Well, this is how Malachi ended up in the Shadow Realm. Side story upcoming.
Remind me how Malachi teleported. It was through the shadows, right?
Yes, he used his shadow, his Reaper's cloak.
Yeah, that's not teleport.
I mean, mechanically, it is a teleport. It's Dimension Door, technically speaking.
Oh, Dimension Door doesn't have the D100 attached to it. Becky, you got me questioning Kevin.
Honestly, I welcome it. Please question me more.
Kevin, what's your favorite color?
Blue.
Oh, that's crazy.
Becca, roll a D8, please.
5.
Kevin, will you roll a 1D4? Reroll if it's a 4.
It's a 1.
Groovy. Okay. So, Kyriaki, you touch everybody. You feel good about it. You find a place on Andrak to touch. You're like, hey, let's go. And then you teleport. And all of a sudden, you're in kind of darkness. As you see, you're in a small room. It is only about 40 feet long, 20 feet wide. You can see there's a 10-foot wide entrance kind of in front of you as you appear. But otherwise, there's nothing else in here except to your right. Aldora's right, Andrak's right, and Malachi, as you turn right, you look and you see a black marble statue of Hades towering over the party. You are roughly 5 feet from it.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
I told you
Y'all-
there'd be something different.
No, this is potentially good for us, or potentially
I-
incredibly bad for us.
You guys feel the temperature drop. It starts to get a little bit colder.
I feel like I'm about to lose my head.
Kyriaki drops to one knee and like puts her arm onto her, like her knee and her forehead to her arm, like real quick.
Andrek will do drop to one knee as well because they were dragged here for probably a reason. So
Eldora will also get on one knee and look down. drawing her
Malachi
headboard.
quickly grasps at the amulet of Hades that he has been wearing since his transformation before speaking to Persephone, and also takes a knee and then looks up at the statue, pauses, looks back at the party. For what it's worth, it's been a very good time adventuring with all of you and trying to stop the world from ending. I don't know what's about to happen, but there's a very good chance I die. So, good luck if I don't make it. And then he's going to turn back to the statue.
Eldora will give a slight thumbs up.
we'll miss you.
Hello. He lowers his head and says, "Hello, Hades, Lord of the Dead, Keeper of my soul. I understand I've been through some things in this place, and I've said some things in this place that you no doubt understand and have heard. I will save us the formality of reiterating any of it, for surely my soul is ready to be tested. As you may be able to tell, I have spoken with Persephone, and she has granted me a new path. I have nothing to say. I sit here before you on my knee and await your judgment."
Do you have your sword?
Yes.
You see the flower design on it. Even though it's not a real flower and it's a design, you see it visually wilt on the sword. And even though it is basically an engraving or drawing on the sword itself, like the hilt and everything, you see it looks like it falls off and comes off the sword and slowly floats to the ground, and you see an ashy flower petal in its place. And the sword has no flowers on it anymore. And you see the blade turns a little dark. And your wounds start to heal.
Oh, interesting.
You stay there until all of your wounds are healed and you are back to full hit points.
Oh, shit.
All of you.
All of us?
All of you.
Oh shit!
You hear like whispers coming from every direction, and it sounds like not 5, not 10, not 20, almost hundreds as it grows colder in here. And your bodies feel warmer as you start to heal up, and you see your wounds are closing. But your wounds are closing in kind of a gross way. Like cuts will have like a necrotic look to them. They'll turn black as the skin like sews itself up and then becomes one. And then the blackness goes away almost like ash over a fresh cut log. And it'll blow away and your fresh skin will be underneath.
That was unexpected.
You
Check,
guys,
we'll fish some coins out and offer it to the statue.
That's good. Malachi, we're not done. I need you to roll a religion check, please.
oh yeah, for sure.
Sure.
Okay.
I almost said persuasion.
Persuade Hades to give you good stuff.
Yeah, right. I've got inspiration, so if this goes badly, something in the pocket. Did go badly, that was a 9. I'm going to re-roll with my inspiration.
I believe in you.
And that's a 10. Yep, not good for me today.
You feel something heavy in your hand, and as you get done talking to him, you see your sword slightly melt down into your side. Your look doesn't change, but it melts into your side. Mechanically, you can now summon either the sword or the scythe.
Oh, okay. He looks down at the scythe in his hands. His grip tightens, and there's a part of him that feels conflicted. Like he's happy in a sense that he hasn't been, dragged to the underworld and tortured or something. But he also doesn't feel proud of holding the scythe quite as much anymore. So he holds on to it, his eyes close, he gives a subtle nod, and then speaks. I understand. As always, your will be done. I will continue the mission you have given me. Forever your servant.
Does anyone have a mask on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe I knew the answer, but I just wanted to ask to be
Yes.
sure. Oh, the special masks.
The funny Hades masks.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that. Oh, yeah. Becca, you caught on to what I'm doing. Aldora and Andrek, you both have the mask on, right?
We were offered them, so yeah, we do.
Could you guys both roll a flat d20 for me, please?
I can, yes.
I suppose.
That's a 6?
13.
All right. So, Andrak, you're going to see is a little more than Aldora. Think of it like a scaling system. But Andrak... Oh, fuck. Andrak, as you look around and you start to look up at the statue, it almost looks like the statue is crying. Like you can see blood coming out its face a little bit. And then you see somebody behind the statue. It looks like they're choking another person. And then you stand up and like grip your sword and they disappear. You hear a little bit of fighting to your right. And it looks like there is a person standing over another. And you see he slits his throat and he smiles at you. And then he disappears. And you hear somebody behind you. And you just start seeing all of these acts of violence and people just doing evil acts. Some of them I'm not comfortable saying out loud. But evil acts of violence from one person to another. And you just start seeing this continuously happening over and over and over again. And Aldora, you see it, but it's like one person every minute or so. Like you see something for a little bit, it flashes away. You're looking around, nothing. See something, it flashes away.
Does Malachi see any of this?
Malachi does not.
Okay.
Andrak is glancing around very rapidly at each thing happening. He kind of realizes it's not real, it's just vision, but his body's still tense as he's glancing.
The statue, it's of Hades, obviously. Does its hands, like, is there a way to hang something from the hand of the statue?
Yeah, you could. It looks like his hand is out in front of him, slightly lowered, like he's gesturing towards the ground. I mean, you probably would know why he's doing that, but
yeah,
other people might just think he's offering a handshake.
Malachi rises from his kneeling position and takes the amulet off and hangs the necklace part of it from the hand and says, I pulled this from the body of one of your servants in a temple. It is only right it is returned to you, for I am not a priest. I am simply a tool, he says with a very heavy, hanging head.
Huh. All right. You see the necklace kind of floats a little bit, and it gets wide. And then you see it goes down around the neck of somebody as they appear. And it looks like an older gentleman. He's roughly 5'10", looks just under 60 years old. He's balding. He's got robes on. They're the robes of Hades. And you do recognize this as the priest, except for his mouth is no longer sewn shut. And he's able to see and speak normal. And he just kind of nods at you with respect. And you see him and the necklace disappear. Andrek and Aldora, you guys see that, but it kind of is mixed in with everything else. So, I don't know. Kyriaki, you also see it.
If Andrek pulls up the mask, does he still see everything?
Nope.
Malachi
Strange.
looks over as Andrak pulls up the mask. Oh, you're seeing the spirits, aren't you?
I'm seeing acts of contempt and sin. Disturbing, but I have witnessed worse.
The
Eldora
masks.
definitely seems. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Just Eldora's facial expression definitely seems really unsettled.
The masks are a portal to the spirit world. You're witnessing likely what is the final deaths of many people. I'm not sure if there is anything to be done about it. If you would allow me, and he holds out his hand to take the mask from Andrak for a moment.
Andrak will hand it over. It is yours to begin with. You only lent it to me. Remember?
Yes. Malachi dons the mask. And then I assume he starts seeing everything.
Not exactly.
Hmm.
You see that you guys are surrounded. It looks like there's easily 60 people crammed into this small space. Men, women, most of them fighters. You see almost everybody is wearing armor and has weapons. And they're just staring. And you can see the priest, and it looks like he's actually fingering the necklace that you gave him. He's standing there and he's got it in his hand. He's rolling it over in his hand. He's smiling.
So do any of these they're just standing there basically at the ready?
It looks like they're kind of just standing there looking around. Some of them are actually actively looking at you guys. Like you can see a few of them are looking over Aldora, and quite a few of them are looking over Kyriaki. Maybe like trying to inspect her because she's got that mask on. They can't really see her face. So, and they think that she can't see them. So they're just like trying to see on her. But most of them are just kind of idly standing there, not really caring, I guess is the word.
Okay. He looks around at all of these spirits. He looks at the priest. He looks over the priest and gives him a nod again, and then says, "Are you at peace?"
He smiles at you, and he rubs the symbol, and he kind of gestures with his hands to say thank you, and he says, "I am always at peace in the presence of Hades, our lord."
Malachi nods, looks to the statue. Is there anything different about the statue while he's wearing the mask?
It almost seems to have a weird glow about it. A shadowy darkness.
He looks at the statue and it's glowing as he's wearing this mask, and he says, "I will continue what we're doing in this place, and I thank you for your continued blessing of the powers that have been granted to me to do so." He looks around at the spirits. "It is good to see the work coming to a fruition. I am pleased to see these spirits are content." And then he will remove the mask, hand it back to Andrak. "You can keep it. The spirits here are at peace, for what it's worth. At least the ones that I could see.
Very well.
This place appears to be some kind of drawing ground for spirits of Hades, or spirits of the underworld that are loyal to Hades at the very least. I do not believe there is anything we should worry about. We have shown respect, and I believe we are safe to move forward."
If you believe that is the case, then we may.
You, of course, are all welcome to try and convene with Hades yourselves. I will not stop you. I don't know if you'll get a response that you like, but I believe I've said my piece, and the fact that I'm still alive is good enough for me today.
Tempting fate is not something I would like to do today.
We have already done that once.
Pushing my luck with the god of the underworld may not go as well as the others.
With that, Malachi is going to, he's going to hang out. He's just going to stand and wait for the rest of the party. I'm going to say he's going to move kind of towards the center of the room and away from the statue and await to see if everybody's ready to go or not.
Adrak will bow to the statue of Hades, and then he will turn to leave the room, waiting for everybody to be readied up.
Aldora will also stand up and bow before leaving the room, following after Andrak.
Kyriaki? Anything you want to do, punk?
Break the statue.
No, Kyriaki just... She never left the bowing position. This was not for her. So when everybody else starts to leave, she, like, stands up, head still down, does one more bow, and then walks out the room.
Alright. As you guys leave, roll initiative, Andrak, don't move.
I did say I was leaving the room, so...
Yep.
No
So
big decision.
as you guys step out, or I'm sorry, as you guys look out, you can see across the hall, or across the way from you, it looks like there's a hallway. It is basically a long hallway, and again, 10 foot high grass walls, 10 foot wide hallway. To your right, if you look all the way down, Andrak, you can see the harps and everything like that. If you look to your left, you hear the snorting and hoof sounds as you see a large demonic bull charging at you.
Oh, fuck.
What are your initiatives?
13.
Lastest 8.
I'm sorry, Andrak got 13?
Yeah.
Alright, and Haldor got what?
8.
Malachi, what'd you get?
23.
And Kyriaki.
25 with a natural 20.
Nice.
Oh my god. So I guess we know who's going first. Andrak. I'm kidding.
He never
All
goes
right.
first.
No, that's his job.
Sounded like
So-
Plankton for a minute.
Aldora, you are standing there, and you're walking behind Andrak as he goes to leave. When all of a sudden you see something slam into the side of Andrak. Andrak, would you please make a strength saving throw? I know, dumb question. Still got to do it.
Oh, boy. 24.
All right, so you are not knocked prone. Does a 26 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. You take 18 points of bludgeoning damage as this thing slams into you, trying to gore you. But it does not get to knock you prone or anything. And you guys all see this bull, like, slam into him and then just kind of stop because Andrak is Andrak.
Mm-hmm.
Andrak is a wall.
Yeah. Kyriaki, you stand up from this kneeling position and just catch that. You got this bull about 10 feet in front of you across this room, just outside the room in the hallway. What you gonna do?
Kyriaki, like, is all being all respectful and stuff, and she's like turns and sees all of this happen, fighting the urge to laugh because it's kind of comical. Yeah, I got enough movement. Kyriaki is gonna be like, oh, excuse me. We're gonna step up to the bull. This whole situation is too funny. She's just gonna make a couple swings.
Just a couple?
Yeah, just a couple.
All right.
She's only got a couple swings.
Real quick, Kevin, can you roll a d20 for me?
Oh, you know it.
You don't have to.
What's a 2
Oh.
do?
It gets a 2.
So there's 2 spectral warriors who are going to kill this bull for us, right?
No, there's a second bull that runs face first into Andrak and fails to do anything.
There's 2 seconds pass as I rolled that d20.
The first attack is a 24. The second is a 20.
You're not got an offhand attack?
Show.
You got this.
It's probably gonna be terrible. Yeah, 22.
They all 3 hit.
I would think so.
It's a very large bull. You could see he's wearing a loincloth, but that's it. No armor to speak of.
The bull is wearing a loincloth?
I'm trying to be respectful. I don't want to offend anybody. It's
No
trying to
offense.
kill you, not offend you. Oh, gosh.
I see.
Look, it's only going to stab you and steal your money.
Exactly.
Not today. That's a total point of 26 points of slashing damage.
26 points of slashing damage. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. It looks like it hurt. He just is a sack of hit points.
Yeah.
I mean, not with this party, but normally. Malachi, you see this thing charge up, hit the stop sign. You see Kyriaki run up, beat it a little bit. What do you want to do?
Malachi turns and looks at this whole scene pan out, and he's just like, how fucking dare you? He's still within the presence of Hades here. And he's going to move up past, or just behind Kyriaki, still holding his scythe in his hand, his knuckles going white as he grips it with fury. And he's going to take 2 attacks with the scythe on the bull from behind Kyriaki and around Kyriaki. That's a 30 to hit.
Somehow that managed to get past his loincloth.
And then a 29 to hit the second time.
That'll hit.
Okay, and he's going to do 60 points of damage.
That is a lot of damage. Somebody's having steak tonight.
Is it still alive?
Oh, yes.
Okay, then he's going to bonus action follow that up with 2 rays of Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
24 and 31.
Yeah. That'll hit.
Okay, that's 17 points of damage as he takes the 2 swings with the scythe, slicing it, and then he pulls back the scythe, and as he does so, these 2 spectral they normally look like Malachi, but in this place they actually look like the warriors that he saw around him that were kind of standing around as he is tapped into the underworld to pull these spirits out and fight for him as they charge forth and take slashes of their own at this bull.
All right. Andrek.
This motherfucker ran into me.
Yeah. And so it's actually, he had a chance. His DC is actually 20. It's just your Andrek. So I wouldn't say it was like easy. Like it probably still made you put a foot down and like brace yourself. But you did manage. If it was anybody else, it probably would not have been very well.
The helmet just snaps, turning to the bull. Looks down. Wait, how tall is this fucker? About my height?
Yeah. He's only about five and a half feet.
Oh, so he does have to look down a little bit. And Andrek just turns and stares, and the sword comes around. So here's 3 swings with the big sword. 14.
Oh, what?
14.
Hold on, I gotta look. Oh, that actually, no, that does not hit. So it like barely grazes his skin, but it's like this hard demonic flesh. So it just kind of pairs your sword somehow.
Followed up a 28, so double the previous.
Oh, well, yeah, that'll
And
get
a 16.
a 16 does hit.
So, because there's no funny soft crit, these are just together. So the first one comes down, fails, but then he comes to the side with it, and then down. That's a total of 26 slashing.
Yes, sir. 26 points of slashing damage. It looked like it fucking hurt.
And bonus action, Andrek just waggles his finger. No.
That's funny. That's
And
very intimidating.
That's his turn.
Aldora! This thing is bleeding black blood. Has chunks taken out of it. You see Andrek, Kyriaki, and Malachi slashing at it. But you can see fire in its eyes, fire in its breath. If it gets a turn, he's going to do something real naughty. I just realized I forgot to take his actual turn.
Do I still get to go?
Yeah.
I shall do Sacred Flame.
Is that a dex save?
Yeah.
For a bull?
Yep.
Dude, let me tell you about his fucking saving throws. Are you ready for this shit? Strength
No.
saving throw, plus 10. Constitution saving throw, plus fucking 9. Dex, plus 1.
Oh, God, you scared me.
That's a 4 total.
Failure.
Yeah.
11 radiant.
11 radiant damage. You see him burn. You hear a scream straight from the abyss from this large, giant bull. It goes, "Cause I'm funny." Oh gosh. Everybody is kind of in a group there. This guy, I don't know if you remember, has a bit of a breath weapon. It's not a lot, but it's not bad.
I perform the alligator mouth clamp on him.
So he turns and he looks towards Aldora, Kyriaki, and Malachi, and I would like you all to roll dex saving throws. He's not a caster, so it's not a high DC, but it's a pretty basic one.
Well, is it a spell or a spell-like effect?
It's a spell-like effect. As he
Okay.
just leans down his front 2 legs, and you see him breathe out his nose. This black smoke comes out, and he opens his mouth. His fire just blows out in a cone.
Didn't you know I have a plus 10 to my dexterity saving throws?
These days, you never know. All right, Kevin, you were talking.
Hi.
What'd you get?
Oh, what did I get? It's a 22.
14 points of fire damage. Kyriaki,
17.
14 points of fire damage. Aldora,
15.
28 points
What?
of fire damage.
That's it, 28.
28.
It doesn't seem you
Oh,
passed your saving
okay.
throw.
Yeah, I get that impression as well.
I just think it might have missed. I don't know how, I'm guessing.
I think it
And then
missed.
it rears its head upward to try to smack its horns up at Andrek for a 15 to hit.
No.
That's unfortunate. All right. After that, oh, who here's kind of a hater? Becca.
Yeah.
He has a pretty good con save, so I want you to roll it for me, please.
Okay.
Would you please roll a 1d20 plus 9?
14.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Not great. Not bad. Now, Kevin, you were right earlier. That 2 was, in fact, an initiative roll. So it breathes fire into this room with the statue of Hades, Lord of the Underworld, turns its head back, rears up, tries to horn Andrak, and then as it does, you see its body almost become stiff, and it rises about 3 feet off the ground, and its entire body turns black as it's like, looks like it's struggling against chains or something like that, as you see it pulling and starting to twitch. And then you see its eyes, the light goes out, and then it just drops to the ground on its side. No longer breathing or moving. As it
Malachi.
failed its save against Hades.
Wow, what a surprise. Malachi lowers his scythe, turns his attention towards the statue, gives a solemn nod, and then looks back at everybody else. Fucking idiot shouldn't have stepped into a room with Hades. I mean, it is a cow. Probably not very smart. But I mean, genuinely, what are these demons thinking? They just walk into a grove, property of the gods, and they're not gonna die.
I mean, that's a summary, yeah.
We have established that they aren't exactly the smartest beings. The smartest may be smarter than I, but from what we can tell, I don't think even the most brilliant of these creatures would compare to Kyriaki or anyone like her.
I just can't get over the fact that it just slammed into you and that nothing happened. That was just too great.
I don't tend to move very often when people try to force me to.
It was beautiful.
It was very loud. My ears are still ringing, though.
Is that the only one? Is that just the one fucking bull? You don't see any other backup? No other demons are trying to kill you out there?
Malachi, why
well,
don't you step into the hallway and see? Maybe you get slammed into next.
Well, you would
I-
like that, wouldn't you, Kyriaki?
it would be
It would be
humorous
funny.
in a not life or death situation.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we are all finding humor in the fact that this fucking cow just tried to slam into Andrak. I am very, I don't know, surprised that there was just the one. Usually these things are in groups, so maybe keep your eyes open. There's probably others that are hanging out somewhere close by. Do we have any fucking clue where we're at, by the way, in this grove now? Because obviously this is a holy place for Hades, but we have no reference point. We've never been here before.
Todd, you said that we heard the funny instruments.
Well, I said you saw it, but you can see the glow of the blue. And because you have a pretty good passive perception, I'll say you can slightly hear it. Not enough to affect you yet. But yeah, you know that the instruments and the music is to your right, but it's pretty far from where you currently are. Like, it's not like hundreds of feet, but it looks to be about 60, 65 feet. Thank you, Kevin.
Andrak will point down. I see where we were, so I'm assuming if we go up to the right, we return to that chest. But I don't think we should push our luck.
Yeah, no, I don't believe that was a good idea. We should be thankful that Hades has blessed us with mending our wounds and... shit, he looks around. We left Castor back there. Hopefully he finds his way to us.
Speaking of people who are missing, where's Palace?
Yeah, I imagine we probably left her back there too.
She's probably losing her mind or something. She is kind of creepy sometimes.
She did have... She's been smiling a lot, that is true. I thought Kyriaki enjoyed fighting, but watching Pallas smile in such a way as she eviscerates a body is somewhat concerning. I don't really know much about her. Kyriaki I can kind of understand, but Pallas, for all intents and purposes, looked like a less murderous person when we first met her.
She is a descendant of Poseidon. They're all like that, trust me.
She also slashes her swords in much vigor than I do. So, I mean, I don't understand why you think she wouldn't be murderous.
Well, there's a disconnect usually, Kyriaki, between people who are very skilled at fighting and who genuinely enjoy causing bloodshed. There is a difference sometimes. Take Andrak, for example. He's a very talented swordsman, but I don't believe he gets any glory from killing people.
All fighters get glory from fighting.
Once again, that is an opinion that you express. I do not personally enjoy killing things. It is simply my job.
You sit here and lie to my face. I've seen you enjoy fights.
I enjoy the fight. Once again, I do not enjoy killing. It's different.
It's the same thing.
Malachi, maybe you should have been a gladiator or something.
Yeah, well, my life went in a very different direction, and I ended up... this is... Okay, listen. I used to kill for a living. It was what I did for many years. And after I went and died and went to the underworld and met Hades and became what I am today, I suddenly grew very dispassionate about ending life. It's not a good fucking time. Demons are different. I enjoy killing demons because they're an affront to everything that I believe in. But if I were to, say, kill a person, I would not quite enjoy that. Just to clarify for everybody, since apparently Kyriaki believes I enjoy murdering people.
Let this be fair. You have not seen me actually fight people, only demons.
And yet, I feel like I have also seen you willingly want to ingest people, so it may be something giving me that inclination.
No, I am really not allowed to eat people.
Speaking
What
of
about that
which,
guy in Troy?
There is no animals around anymore. People are much more easier access, unfortunately.
speaking of, I don't suppose you're getting any hunger pangs lately.
Mind your business.
I believe that is my business, actually.
No.
We had been to the statue of Demeter, and I believe you did partake, so...
No, I ate it, I could taste it, it did not satisfy.
As long as you keep your fangs from our necks, I don't care.
Your neck smells funny.
And Jack, wipes his neck, he brings it to his face, sniffs. It's a little sweaty right now.
The best smelling one of all of you is Aldora. It's sweet.
That's certainly not a concerning statement.
Thank you, I think.
I don't know how you always smell like flowers, but I'm weirded out by it.
It's not a floral scent. It's almost like if you were to smell rotting fruit and then a fresh fruit. Aldora just smells fresher than the rest.
Aldora just blinks.
Please don't eat her. She's been...
There's a lot of armor
beautiful.
to get through.
Malachi looks down at himself. So the armor comes into play. Good to know.
Everything comes into play when you're hunting.
I would offer you better protection, but I gave it to Ares a few rooms back.
It probably wouldn't work very well. I need freedom of movement. Let's go. We should probably
stood
go
here
back.
long enough.
Go back and find Palace and Castor and
Should
continue.
probably go around so that we don't get too close to the instruments, though.
Yeah, fair
The
enough.
problem with
Yeah.
going around, though, is we don't know exactly where we are.
We might be able to find our way if we start looking.
Well, lead the way. You're the one who likes to be in front.
Because I can take more hits.
Can we
Thank the gods for
see?
that.
How far is our vision? Because it's sunny in here, right? How far can one person see? Technically.
100, 200 feet. It makes it a little easy for me. That's why I'm saying y'all can see it down there. But it makes it a little easier for me because it's a fucking labyrinth, so I don't have to show you the whole map because you can only see 80 feet at a time anyways, max. So I just describe what's down there, and that way I don't have to change your token's default settings.
Alright, Kyriaki is boldly gonna walk the opposite direction this way.
You're gonna boldly go where no one's gone before. And it looks a little slightly familiar. So as you get to kind of this T intersection to the left going out of the Hades room, you can see there's a little bit of kind of a golden, viney thorn bush to your right. And you do see there is some kind of one of those malformed demons. You can see just slightly part of it, but it actually looks like it's caught in there. It looks like there's golden grapes and, just different fruits that were made for making wine, but they're encased in golden thorns, and this creature seems to be trapped in the thorns trying to eat the fruit. And it doesn't seem to really understand that it's dying and stuck. It just is trying to eat the fucking grape. Besides that, a little bit to the left of that is the hallway you guys first went down, and where you first went down with Castor in order to find Artemis. To your immediate left at this T intersection, you see it goes about 20 feet, and then there's another T.
Oh, we are back where we started, almost. What? Do we want to double check that corridor? I don't believe we investigated it. He'll point southward.
To your right.
Yeah, to our right and down, there's a corridor we never actually got to.
Yes, that's the one I was just talking about with the thorns and the creature.
Yeah. We
The
might as
upper
well.
one
It's
or
right
the lower
here.
one?
Dylan is talking about this
Yeah.
hallway. We have not been down that hallway before. Our vision is not opened to it yet.
And Drag, as you go past that corner, you can now see what Kyriaki saw before. You see the malformed creature stuck in the vines, and you can see its arms are cut and dug into these thorns, and it's just trying to get its mouth, and it's biting or trying to bite at these golden fruits.
Double fuck.
It does seem like if it could get out, it would be difficult and probably hurt him quite a bit. But he doesn't seem to either notice or care that you are behind him. But as you go past him and look to the corridor just past the hallway that he's in, you can see it dead ends after about 25 feet.
Just making sure there's no more demons.
If Malachi were to stand right there at the end of this hallway, is there any obstruction between him and that demon?
No, you're about 10 feet from him, and you can see his back's to you, and he's just kind of like, not even pulling away from the thorns, just trying to get that fucking grave.
Malachi is gonna spit a little bit and then pull up his scythe and attack it.
All right, roll to hit with advantage because it's considered held or restrained.
25.
25. You do 25 points of damage to it. It turns, and I'm not gonna roll initiative unless it makes it out of this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna roll its acrobatics to try to escape. As soon as I find him. Oh, there he is. He doesn't have athletics, so let's just boop. Okay, so nope. So you see he does, his head turns away from the grape, and he kind of jerks at the vines, but you can see they're digging at him and just dug and stuck into his skin as he tries to pull out, but he's unable to escape. If you want to take another couple of swings.
Yep. Second swing is 24 to hit.
Yes, sir. Don't forget, you have advantage.
Yes, that was with advantage. Sorry, so the first time I rolled with advantage. I got 25 either way. And then you just said I did 25 damage. I didn't actually roll damage for that first attack.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you did 25 damage. My bad.
No, that was 25 to hit him.
Okay. So yeah, you hit both of these. So just roll 2 damage if you don't mind.
Okay. 43 points of damage for the 2 swings.
All right. So go ahead and do your second swing for this quote-unquote round.
Okay. That is a 23 to hit.
Yes, sir.
And should I do both of my attacks for the second round, quote-unquote?
Well, this is it. So just do 1 damage.
Okay. 18 points of damage.
All right. He is still alive, bleeding profusely. Does not look long for this world. He's going to try to pull out one more time. His pull-out game is weak. He is unable to do so. So he is. You can see he's almost out. You can see these thorns are digging into him. Blood is just all over the ground, just oozing down his face, down his skin. You can see one of his arms is almost all the way torn off, but he just doesn't really seem to either care or notice as he is trying to now get to you. He's just making like a raspy sound, almost like zombies in movies. But he's just trying to get at you.
Malachi brings the scythe up to finish him off. Woo-hoo-hoo. Wow. The dice wanted me to get fucked on this one. I rolled with advantage and got a natural 1 both times.
That's hilarious.
D100.
I'm not even sure how the fuck that happened. That is wild. I almost rolled a D1000. D100. 59.
59. Inept. Weapon disarmed by opponent and thrown D20 feet in random direction.
That's an interesting circumstance.
Well, no, because he's surrounded by thorns that were made by God. So
yeah.
I would assume you swing, your scythe gets hooked into some of the thorns, and then it slips out of your hand as you're carrying on this momentum, and it just kind of like swings a little bit and lobs 1d20 feet. Come on, roll.
Oh, sorry.
D20.
Give it a roll.
8.
8 feet down the hall. You can see it goes in between all these thorns in this like hallway, 8 feet down. And now he's just trying to get at you, and you're weaponless.
Oh, well, that's fine. He looks at it and he says, he kind of chuckles a little bit. He's like, that was fortuitous for you, you ugly, stupid thing, but that's not going to help you. And then he casts Eldritch Blast twice in its face.
All right, go ahead. He has 21 hit points left. Let's see what you got.
Okay. That's a 32 to hit with the first beam.
Oh, geez.
And a 25 to hit for the second one.
Yes, sir.
And that's going to be 28 points of damage.
All right. So what does it look like as you blast him with these green men?
He says that's not going to help you, and then he just like holds his hands out in like a wide sweepy gesture as 2 spectral versions of himself without scythes like leap out and just beat the thing to death with their bare hands.
That's just mean.
And then He turns to the party, snaps his fingers, and his scythe reappears in his hand.
If you would have had to go get that thing, that would have sucked.
Yeah. Anyways, that one's dead. Let's keep going north.
You can see it's just hanging in the thorns. Blood just dripping down the thorns and wall.
That was embarrassing.
Yeah, well, we all have moments.
We do. But,
Yeah, I'm gonna be paying attention, Kyriaki. Give me shit. I'll watch. The next time you slip and you throw your sword across the room, I'm gonna laugh at you.
So you guys go to the left side, moving away from the hallway.
Continuing in the funny other side, away from the funny grapes that held that man.
Very seriously, we probably could have done something with those grapes, but I'm not trying to play around anymore today.
Nope. Those grapes are gold as fuck. That's a bad idea.
Who is proficient in religion?
I think all
Not
of
me.
us.
I am, for sure.
I believe I
Not
am.
me.
Pretty sure.
I also
I
am.
should be.
So
Yeah.
all of you, you know that golden grapes usually related to Dionysus.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not a real Dionysus-flavored guy.
The
As
only
you got-
flavor he is wine.
As you guys get to the kind of T intersection to the left, you can see it goes to the right and the left. To the left goes back to the area with the light room, and also to the back, or kind of towards the area with Ares and the music. To the right, it goes about 45 feet. You can see right around the corner, there's another hallway going to the right. 10 feet down, another hallway. There's just a wall splitting them, divided by 2.
There was more past where we found the statue of Ares. Maybe we should finish that area off.
Well, yes, and also we should try and make sure that we find our other 2 companions.
That is
Before
where
we-
they were.
Yes, before we go any further, we really should go get the rest of the group.
And on this T, Andrak will turn left and start walking.
Alright. Down and down you go. About 65 feet. Past the room of Ares, which seemed to be set off by itself. Who knows why. You see the red and black furred gorilla demon sitting there, along with the squishy lava one and the exploded malformed humanoid one that looked kind of like a rat. One of the gorillas, Andrak, I will say you notice, it looks like he's been cut into.
Oh.
Like, more recently,
Yes. Post-mortem.
somebody slashed this one. Curious.
Does
Where's Eldora?
Malachi notice as he points it out?
After he points it out, your 11 passive perception picks it up.
Sweet. That looks like it wasn't there when we killed them. This was done after they are already dead. He looks over at Kyriaki. Did you do something and I wasn't looking?
What? No.
Sorry, you're just the only one I know who mutilates corpses after they're dead.
That's so rude.
You do collect their blood for your blood magic. Is that what it
Wait,
is?
Where the fuck did everyone go?
Oh, that's Eldora. She got lost. What the fuck, Eldora? Why are you lost?
You guys turn around and see Eldora's not there, and you just hear in the distance, everybody go.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Where is everyone? Oh, I'm confused.
We're back in the Ares room.
Well, towards the Ares room. We're not
Oh,
in
You're welcome.
Zoop?
I think you're.
So, Kyriaki and Malachi, as he's talking about this, you do see it is meticulous cutting. Like somebody didn't just like slash into it like, I hate you. It looks like somebody cut into it purposefully. And it looks like it's towards the heart. You can see the heart has been removed and part of its skin and a couple of its rib bones. And you can see on the ground around its body, it looks like the bones were either trying to be shaped or ground up to make the bones into a certain shape or tool.
What the fuck?
Can I do like a religion check to see if this is some kind of ritual that has been done?
Sure.
Fuck. That's only a 10.
Nothing you're aware of.
Kyriaki, does this look like anything that you might recognize? You've dealt both in what seems to be some kind of magic rituals as well as these demons. Does this make any sense to you?
I would like to roll a religion check to see what I know, or a history check. What do you think?
Both of them will give you information.
Oh boy, they certainly would give you information.
As
It
Aldora
would.
approaches, maybe y'all should split the objective.
I'll do history.
Aldora, do you want to see if there's anything religious about this?
19.
19 history check. It's not uncommon for people to take the heart and bones as tools and to study creatures and monsters, especially in the world you live in, where they're everywhere. So if somebody was trying to figure out what this was or study more about it, they might take pieces of it to try to break it down more. But the fact that they are shaped, can you roll? Actually, you know what? I want to give it to you for free because you're proficient. You have it with you. It looks like the bones are separate from the rest of it, and it looks like almost like they were shaped into lockpick tools.
Interesting.
Aldora, what was your religion check?
Sucky, 11.
Nope, that's weird.
What is it? What is interesting?
It looks like someone took the bones and shaped them into lockpicks.
What? Malachi is going to kind of push past Andrak into the room, the hallway down where we saw the light. And then he's going to move down to the edge of the hall where he knows he's not going to get burned. Palace, Castor, are either of you within the light?
You hear nothing.
I didn't relock the box.
He turns and walks back to the group. I mean, I couldn't help but notice that Palace and Castor are nowhere to be found. Well, at least I didn't go looking inside of the burning radiant, hallway. I'm not about to try that again, but that's the only box that we found that could be locked. Do you think Palace did this? Is Palace capable of such craftsmanship?
I don't know. We barely know her.
I'm beginning to see the perspective that we barely know a lot about anything regarding each other. He thinks back to Aldora's weird thing that happened with Ares and the fact that Palace is basically a huge question mark in general. He doesn't know anything about Castor. He barely knows anything about Andrak and Kyriaki. He just kind of stares down everybody as he's saying that.
To be fair, we don't exactly ask many questions as we go along.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should start.
I am an open book. You ask, I give information.
We have figured that with you most of the time. Maybe we should spend our night one time actually talking about things instead of just being. But first we should find Castor and Palace.
Yes, I agree with both sentiments, actually. Perhaps when we rest for this evening, we spend some time actually getting to know each other. It's not good to be traveling for so long and not actually know who we're dealing with on a deeper level. I feel as though perhaps up to this point I haven't really been concerned because honestly, there was very little that concerned me going forward for a long time in my life. But yes, regardless, let us find our friends, hopefully, if we can call them that. I'm questioning a lot lately. I'm sorry.
Is it normal to get to know who you travel with? This is the first time I've really traveled in a group.
My old crew knew each other very well.
Yes, the groups that I ran in the past as well. It was very strange to not know who you were fighting alongside for long periods of time. The more you know of your companions, the generally better you fight together because you understand each other.
I will think of awkward questions to ask for later.
Oh, good.
I am not sure what that means.
Incredibly
Anyway.
excited to hear about that.
Maybe they went back to the statue of Demeter.
It's a place to start, and
It's a
coincidentally, I
lot of
believe.
backtracking.
Well, I was
Might
about to
be worth
say it would lead us towards another section of this place that I don't believe we've explored yet, so
I
it could be two birds, one stone.
head over there then, and then we can trail back this way if they're not there.
That's the wrong
I'd
way.
like to make an investigation check to see if I see any footprints leading into any direction, or survival, whichever one is the thing.
So you kind of at an intersection there
Mm-hmm.
by the Ares room, the treasure room, the music room, the Hades room. Can you? I don't want to make it harder for you, but can you be more specific? Because that's have a lot of foot traffic recently.
I'm specifically looking for humanoid footprints, something that the group would make, something like Castor or Palace would make.
Okay. And you're looking at it on the east side, like down the hallway.
I'm looking in the general area around the body, like away from the
Okay.
body and stuff, like the one that got really dissected. Which way, if there are any footprints leading into any direction.
All right. If you would please go ahead and make a survival or investigation, whichever one is higher for you. Go ahead and use. It'll be the same DC.
Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da.
I forgot you have advantage. That sucks.
That's a 22.
22. Yes. You see footprints leading directly ahead of you as you look down towards this corpse that was torn apart, or not torn apart, but cut into. And it looks like it went. You see a small set of humanoid footprints leading directly to the music room.
It says it looks like they went towards the music room.
Perhaps we should go check. I could attempt to go back towards the music room and take a look. Perhaps Palace tried to get over there. Do the footsteps look like, I don't know, this is a strange question, but do they look like they belong to a young woman or an older man?
They are small.
Okay.
I don't think you can get ages from footprints.
I don't know. You're very skilled, Kyriaki. I was giving you the benefit of the doubt.
I know you can get ages from bones, but not footprints.
The footprints look roughly 3,025 years old.
That could be Castor or Palace.
True.
It's true. This gives us nothing. Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?
I had not really studied Castor or Palace's feet. I know they went towards the music room.
Okay. Wait here for a moment. I will see if I can get close to the room. Andrek, if you would rope the rope, can you tie me up again just in case?
Sure. He'll pull out the rope and put it around his stomach.
Oh, this is gonna
wait,
hurt later.
sorry. He'll lift it to his ribcage. There you go.
That's
While
better.
this is going on, Kyriaki's gonna go up to Aldora. Do you want to bet if he gets charmed again?
Sure.
Okay, are you betting that he is charmed or is not charmed? I got 5 gold on this.
I'm betting that he's gonna get charmed.
Okay, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
for I'm gonna go for against what you did, so that it is fair.
I'll bet
Malachi
5
is
gold,
just
too.
shaking his head as he digs out the pieces of cloth that he had earlier as earplugs, wets them down with his canteen. Okay, well, I'm gonna fucking shove these things in my ears again, and I'll hum a little tune and try this out again.
He's humming those songs.
So yeah, he shoves the earplugs in his ear, starts going.
Make your way down the wall. As you get to the corner, you get one step. As you see the light and the harps, would you please make a wisdom saving throw?
With advantage because of my earplugs and singing.
Yes, sir. And +4 because
And
you're
plus
singing.
4. That's right. Okay. It's a 23.
You almost hear the drowning sounds of music as you hummed yourself. You can kind of hum yourself louder as you hear, like, you're not getting me, bitch. And you are unaffected. You see the corpse of the demon, the harp in the air, blue and glowing. You can see pieces of the Apollo statue.
He's going to move into the room behind the first harp that he sees.
As you walk in there, you see Palace coming around the corner on the far side of the room, the opposite side of it, and it looks like she's carrying two things. You see one, she's carrying a staff of some kind. You see engravings of lightning across it, and it's like a gold lightning. And then you see she has like a small like spear of some kind, and it has a hook on the end. And you can see that it looks very ornate and very well made. And you also see she has a bubble of water around her head, almost like an astronaut's helmet.
She
stops and is just staring at you.
He like waves for her to like approach him, like, and come with him.
She like leans the stuff against her and then uses her hand to wave as she's carrying it, but she does come up to you.
Still humming the tune in his head, and his ears are plugged, so he knows conversation's not going to happen. So he just kind of like turns around and motions for her to go ahead of him. Take like a step back and motions for her to leave the room.
She starts walking. She's like smiling and walking, bubbling her head. And whenever she gets about 10 feet past the corner, you see the water just kind of falls around her and splashes to the ground. And just looks like she's shaking her hair. To get it out of her hair.
Kind of meets her at that level where it seems safe to pull out the earplugs. Stops humming, pulls out the plugs. What is going on?
She smiles. I was over there studying the corpse of this creature, trying to figure out how thick its skin is, so I can stab it better. And then I was talking to my granddad, and he said that over there, he has his own little spot. He has like a river, and he had a bridge, and it's pretty cool. So you go across it, and he actually left some stuff there. And he left it there on purpose because, this is like a vacation spot that they come to every now and then. But so this right here is a spear that his son Triton, my father, it was his first weapon that he ever hunted with. It is like a hooked spear, and you can actually drag people to the ground with it. Or not people. They can be other things like monsters or big animals. And this is a staff that once belonged to a priest of Zeus, but the priest got killed. So he didn't need any more. So my dad took the staff, but they kept it here, and Poseidon said we can have it. So here you go. And she just holds it out.
Malachi raises his hand and slowly takes hold of the staff. And then, like, his jaws slack, like his mouth is just kind of open, and he's got a very confused look on his face. Okay. Were there any demons to kill down there?
No.
Is that a no, there weren't, or no, there's not any more?
There wasn't, but I was very sneaky, and he told me how to get there. It's actually right around the corner.
Okay. He looks over kind of pleadingly at the rest of the party to say something.
She's just smiling.
Did you get charmed again? I'm going to assume no. Aldora, you owe 5 gold.
No, I was not charmed.
Aldora's gonna hand 5 gold.
Andrak yanks the rope anyways.
What the fuck?
I gained 5 gold today.
It is a pretty nice staff. If you sit with it for a little bit, then you can tell what it is. Or if Kyriaki wants to try to identify it, she can tell what it is.
Okay. He'll actually hold it out for Kyriaki. Actually, do you want to take a look at this? I'm pretty stacked up on staffs as it is.
Oh, I'll take a look.
You probably have a better chance of understanding what it does more than I.
At least we're not understaffed.
Clever.
I don't get it.
He doesn't. You can tell his facial expression did not change when he said it.
I wish I understood.
Have you ever had a job?
No, I don't think so.
I was curious about that myself.
I was going to say probably not, considering you have, as we have learned, been a servant of Hecate your whole life. Does that qualify as a job? Probably not with many coworkers. regardless, here, he hands you the staff.
All right, Kyriaki is gonna sit down with the staff and look it over. She doesn't actually have the spell identified, but she's got a really good Arcana.
Let's find out if she has a really good Arcana. Roll it.
Yeah.
Roll your really
Yeah.
good Arcana. Oh shit, you have advantage.
That's a percentage, or that's a fucking wrong button. Whoops. 19.
It's really nice.
Mhm.
But this is actually considered a very rare staff.
Mhm.
And it was made by Zeus himself, so you're going to need to do better than a 19, unfortunately. You can almost feel lightning crackling around it as you hold it.
No, I don't have an understanding of it.
Oh, wow. That's a little disappointing, but that's fine. Maybe you can try another time.
Palace will hold out the short spear. Can you do it to this? What's this?
Oh, I can try.
Thanks.
I will do my best. 20.
It is a, not plain, but it is a +3 hooked spear. When you hit with somebody with it, you can forego the attack to make them make a strength saving throw, otherwise they fall prone.
I explained that to Palace.
I respond to myself. Cool. She kind of looks around at the party. Does anybody want that? Because, I mean, if you want to use it, that's fine, but I would like to use it because my dad.
I do not want it. You can keep it. And I guess the staff as well.
I have a sword. I am fine without anything else.
She looks uneasy about the staff. She's like, I don't really feel comfortable using that.
Maybe Aldora could use it. She is also a spell person. Magic hands.
Is it because the staff crackles slightly with electricity and you're mostly water?
She kind of
Like-
looks at you. You see water like running down her hair as it just naturally forms in her. And she just kind of like blinks at you. Thanks for the spear.
Well,
And she just walks
water
away.
types
I'll
are
take
weak
the
to
stuff.
electricity.
I'll take the stuff, I suppose.
All right.
Palace, did you happen to see Castor wandering about while you were doing this?
Yes. I tried to use the water to help, but he's having a rough day. I think we should give him a while.
Todd.
Todd's not here right now.
Perhaps then it would be a good idea to rest while Castor's indisposed, and we can get to know each other today.
We
On
can
that
take
note, I will say that during this rest, Aldora, you can find out what the staff does. And, Kyriaki, after the rest, you'll have 1 hour before your foresight is over. Just in case that affects you wanting to rest or not.
That
I
means
say
it's been
we-
8 hours.
Well, right now, as it stands right now, it's been 6. But yes.
Yeah.
We should reconvene at the Demeter location. It was safer than a lot of these other ones. Less entrances.
And bless the meter for this, is there also food there, which is good.
Yes, there is also stuff to consume. Let's be on our way.
Cool. We head out towards the Hall of Demeter.
All right.
We want to go hang out with Demeter, the cool goddess. She doesn't punish us for weird shit.
Palace is smiling, holding the spear out in front of her. And she, just as you guys are walking, she's like, just imagine, once upon a time, Triton used this spear to kill a Cyclops that was throwing boulders out into the sea and trying to hurt, their kin. He went up there and he hooked him around the leg and brought him down.
Very cool. Very neat.
It's a
That
very
is
impressive
very
story.
feng shui.
How was
I'm
it
sure.
there?
I don't know. I heard it on a broadcast.
Oh, what?
You know those yellers in the street? When
Oh, yeah.
we were in Troy, I heard them say something about feng shui. It was wild.
Sounds Eastern. I don't know if I like that.
Are you against the people of the East?
No, not necessarily.
Malachi race is confirmed.
Malachi's race is
Damn.
confirmed. They
I don't have anything
many-
against it. It's just confusing and strange to me.
I mean, our ways are confusing and strange to them, so what difference does it make?
He shrugs. Fair enough. Everybody here is confusing and strange to me, so I guess that hasn't stopped me so far.
What I'm surprised by is the first thing you haven't done is immediately taken food.
She says that as Malachi walks into the room and immediately reaches down to pick up something.
You were just a second late on that draw.
I suppose I am.
Sorry, I haven't actually tasted food for 80 years, so I'm very excited to be here again.
Damn, you're old.
I think I might actually be one of the younger ones in this party, judging from what I've already learned about some of you.
Eldora will actually partake in one of the fruits this time.
What
Which
was the
one
funny?
of the fruits?
What list was there, Todd? Where's the list? You had a list.
If you scroll up, you should be able to find it. Do not forget the divine carrot. If you need me
Yeah.
to read it off to you, I can.
Hold on, I'm scrolling up.
It's been a minute.
Found it.
Malachi is going to grab. I think he's going to grab a fig.
A fig.
Yeah.
You heal 2d4 plus 2 hit points when eaten.
I want some grapes. Andrak is going for grapes. Yes, he will actually eat something too from this.
Hey. You gain the effect of bless for 1 minute.
You said 2d4 plus 2?
Yes, sir.
These are nice grapes. Thank you, Demeter, for these grapes.
Eldora will partake in the olives.
I knew it. Such an Athena worshiper, eating olives.
You gain proficiency in persuasion for 1 hour.
Hey!
Nice.
Persuade us now.
Kyriaki
Olives
does
are good
not
for
get
you.
me. Olives are good for us?
Yeah.
Olives are pretty good.
I agree.
That
Should try the fig. I feel really
What?
good after eating the fig.
Malachi, how are you talking to me? I'm not Andrak. Stop breaking the fourth wall.
What?
I smack you.
Sorry, it's the visions again.
Visions of what? Who are you talking to?
I see dead people.
You're not supposed
Sorry.
to be watching The Sixth Sense again. It doesn't come out for another few thousand years.
Malachi, after grabbing his fig, is going to sit down and eat it across from the statue, just kind of down, his arms wrapped around his knees, leaning on the hedge wall.
Andrak will sit by the doorway and sit crisscross applesauce, his sword leaning against him.
Alright. Macy, after an hour, Eldora will know exactly what the staff does. Spending some time loving and caring for it.
What does the thing do?
A lot.
Oh, I see now.
Also, if anybody wanted any, Andrak would offer his tools to upkeep their weapons, because he usually upkeeps his own, but he doesn't know if anybody else upkeeps their fucking weapons.
And my weapons don't need it. They don't necessarily hold a physical shape in the same sense as a normal weapon would. They are magically sharpened.
I think they would still appreciate the care.
I can.
Palace will ask you to... Oh,
Hmm?
sorry.
I was gonna say Kyriaki will take a buff on that off of her.
Sharpening stone and some oil. He's running low on this oil, though.
I am curious. I have never worked with a blade like this, and she'll pull out the beautiful emerald saber, not saber, scimitar, and she'll she's setting crisscross applesauce on the ground. And she's got it delicately laid across her lap.
It is
I don't-
green.
Yeah, I don't know if you sharpen it like a normal.
Is there... I mean, it seems to be metal from where I'm sitting, but is it not?
It's a green color, so I'm assuming it's not. This is Becca. But Todd,
Yes.
is it metal?
It is a type of metal.
Mhm.
Make a investigation, arcana, or history check.
I will do Arcana. God damn it. 15. I'm rolling like ass today.
A 15 arcana? I mean,
Yeah.
you know it's magical, but that's it.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like... It seems like a metal, but that's a metal. I've never seen it before.
Well, I guess try. Worst case scenario, it doesn't actually sharpen it, right? Now,
Makes me nervous.
I'm curious if you thought of any of your awkward questions yet.
You see, I was thinking about what I would ask, and at this point, Kyriaki has pushed up her mask, and as she's talking, you notice that Kyriaki seems to, whenever her mask is up, there is a bit of a mischievous or cocky, or the best way to describe it, a shit-eating grin on her face most of the time, as she has a much more mischievous personality than she comes across with. No, I had not. We hadn't had enough time. We don't really know how general discussions work to get to know people.
Fair enough. I will start then. Kyriaki, we already know that you've been a servant of Hecate for basically your entire life. I don't remember if I've asked this before, but do you have family?
Oh no, I was raised in a temple. And the priestesses have all died since. It's been a very long time.
Fair enough. So you don't have any siblings or other servants of Hecate that you've grown up with that are as long-lived as you?
No, it's biological siblings? I don't know. I was found. Don't know where. Maria would never tell me.
Maria was a priestess?
Mm-hmm. She found me, but she said it was not necessary to know.
Okay. Well, what about you, Andrak? Family where you come from? Where exactly do you come from, actually, is probably where we should start.
I grew up in a small fishing village, so I don't know if it has a name anymore.
Anymore?
It was a long time ago.
I see. And family?
My father died when I was almost an adult. My mother died during childbirth.
I'm sorry.
My father was a carpenter, worked on the fishing boats.
So that explains your affinity for boats, I assume.
I have sailed on some, helped fix them.
He looks back at Kyriaki. This is generally how getting to know each other works. You simply think of something that you're curious of and then ask.
I don't feel the curiosity, but I will listen.
What about you, Malachi? Do you have family?
Potentially. Well, probably not anymore, now that I think of it. I grew up in Argos, on a farm. I had mother and father, but I left when I was a young adult to train with the military. I wished to be a hoplite, and farming was not something that I really wanted to spend my life doing. I had images of grandeur. I assume that they're passed on by now. As previously stated, I've been like this for over 80 years, so the chances of their mortal lives being this long is very low.
Did you find what you were looking for when you left?
For a while. I joined with the hoplites out of Athens, and I was a soldier for a number of years. I don't know if I found what I was looking for, but there was purpose in it. What about you? You seem to have roots in being a soldier yourself, the armor notwithstanding.
Never a soldier, actually. I had gone to a meeting place of warriors and champions and sailed across the sea with them. I do not know if their names still ring true anymore.
Perhaps. Share some with us and we'll see.
I mentioned, I don't know if you heard, my friend that was a follower of Artemis, the greatest huntress at the time. Her name was Atalanta.
Todd, does that name mean anything to Malachi?
Roll a history check.
Cool.
May I also roll a history check?
Yes.
Perfect.
Oh, my fucking history is a +0, so flat roll. Here we go.
I'm just rolling so bad.
It's a natural 1.
Malachi's like, who the fuck is...
Oh no, that can't
Bro.
I also rolled a natural 1, but I still got a 16.
be good. A 16, you said?
Yeah.
You know she was a skilled huntress, but as far as you know, that was a very long time ago.
Yeah, I've never heard of that name before, you're right.
That's a shame. There were others among the crew. A long list, to be certain. But the leader, maybe his name remains in history. He'll look to, like, at Eldora. He was chosen by Athena to sail. His name was Jason. I don't know if anybody knows of him anymore.
Can I roll to see if I know a Jason? Or have heard of this Jason?
Yes. Go ahead and roll a history check to see if you know a Jason.
Yeah, there's this guy I used to work with.
Malachi got an 8 on the Jason roll.
I'm gonna be surprised if I do get it. Oh, fuck no, I ain't getting that shit.
That
That
is
was 3.
3 nat ones for 3 different people.
Oh my god, you guys.
We're apparently
Yeah.
not with the no.
I got a 21.
So, Malachi and Aldora. Malachi, you don't know who Jason is. Aldora, you went to school with a Jason, but you don't think he'd hang out with Andrex, so you don't really get the relation there. That's weird. Kyriaki, you know so much. Because knowledge, a lot of times, is power. You know a lot of the greats, because Jason actually fought almost in the same style as Kyriaki. So I would say she knows people who are close to her as far as, like, skill goes. And Jason, while hundreds of years before Kyriaki, he's got a long story. So he was trying to get his kingdom back. He got it back after a quest, and then he kind of got kicked out of it, or chased out of it, by an evil sorceress who has a lot of rumor, and he's related to the rumor of the Golden Fleece, which she rumored is to still have, but nobody could find her or take it from her. But Jason was... his story didn't end as good as it was. Like, he had a great story and legend, but it ended not in a good way.
I can't say I know this Jason character either.
Edric looks down a little bit. He looks the same. That's a shame.
I
They
know
were-
who we were talking about.
He'll perk back up and actually look a little surprised. You do?
Yes, he was very famous.
He was the prince and lost his kingdom.
Here's a tidbit that made me, Todd, go, ooh. So, Medea, jealous as she was, when Jason got married, his father-in-law, or I think it's his new wife, she put on the wedding dress and it cooked her alive. She cursed it.
We all love a good betrayal story.
And a good barbecue.
Damn, y'all fucked up.
I am fucked up. Congratulations.
Kyriaki does a like a brief explanation of the story she knows of Jason, the history that she is aware of.
Mm.
Edric looks a little surprised, but you see for once, everybody can see a smile go over his face. They made it home then.
Yeah.
That's good.
You didn't make it home with them.
No.
You left the voyage before its completion?
Not by will.
Oh. Well, what does that mean? If you're willing.
During a coup, I was thrown overboard.
A coup?
Yes. One of the later joiners attempted to betray and overtake the voyage to claim the fleece, I'm assuming, and I was thrown overboard then. I
Wow.
washed ashore.
I suppose it's
Barely.
fortunate you survived.
One of the many times I narrowly escaped the grip of death.
I have to correct myself real quick. It was both the wife and her father that died. The wife burned to death, the father died trying to save her, and then Medea killed her 2 sons that she had with Jason.
Fucking crazy.
Rough.
But
Oh yeah, it's a wicked story.
with the rest of that, he's like, I knew he was a fool still.
Okay. Wow. So that's very interesting. How long ago was that?
I don't know exact numbers, but when I awoke, it seems to have been a couple hundred years.
When you awoke?
You
did
might want to put a few more couple to that.
How long ago exactly was it?
Do I have a rough estimate of how long ago it was?
What was your history check again?
Stalling, because I'm gonna go look at it. It was a 21.
Roughly 800 years ago.
Roughly about 800 years ago.
What?
That is a very long time.
Pardon me, So, 800 years. Kyriaki is a servant of Hecate, and I am, for all intents and purposes, undead in a certain sense. But how have you lived this long?
Lived is not a term I would use.
Malachi narrows his eyes.
That makes sense.
Are you also,
No, I was not dead.
what?
From what I understand, a creature I faced in a cave turned me to stone, and I broke out shortly before arriving at Troy, where we met. Maybe a week or 2 before.
Oh,
Troy is bigger than I remember it being.
huh.
Oh, there's a lot of places that have grown and changed in the last, even just in my lifetime.
It's impressive how narrow one's perception of the world can be when one is on a very specific mission. I'm ashamed to say I don't really know much of what's been going on outside of my own purpose on this place since my repurposing by Hades.
Speaking of when were you repurposed?
Like I said,
Why?
That's also a good question.
yeah. So, a long time ago, obviously close to 100 years now, probably, I, as previously mentioned, was serving as a hoplite out of Athens. We were setting out on a voyage to cross the sea. I don't remember anymore exactly what our mission was, but regardless, we met into a terrible storm and crashed just north of Athens, not a few days later. During the chaos of the wreckage, unfortunately, there was he looks at Andrak, a coup of sorts. Some of the soldiers believed it would be better off to let our superiors assume we were dead and to take to being highwaymen and thieves instead. I at first resisted and was taken prisoner. For many years, I was basically used as a brunt laborer and carrying packs. I was semi-routinely beaten and forced to watch as my once companions and compatriots of the Hoplite faction decided to become brigands of sorts. The amount of wear and tear eventually got to me, and I joined them, and I fell in suit. Flash forward a number of years after that, and I inevitably took charge of the company myself after killing off the previous leader, a man named Kyriaki. Fast forward some more, and we got a little too brave. Decided to raid a city, a small village nearby Sparta. Apparently, our actions had been gaining some attention, and we were ambushed by a Spartan force. They made quick work of us, including myself. I was killed, and that is where I journeyed into the underworld, crossed the river Styx, and met with Hades. For some reason, I'll probably never know, Hades saw fit to repurpose me instead of just letting me rot. I'm not sure if this was a punishment or a blessing. I still haven't figured that part out. I was a very bad man.
That is understandable that you would be punished for it. But it seems that you are trying to redo your purpose.
The specific punishment that I suffered was that for the rest of my life, as up until recent events, my entire purpose was to go and bring a swift end to those who were ailing and ill. Normally, this does not seem on paper that terrible of a thing, but you can only put an end to weak infants and ailing children so much before it begins to wear on you.
That is a rough thing to deal with.
Aldora, you haven't spoken yet. Perhaps tell us about your youth. Do you have family? How did you become a servant of Athena?
Well, my story isn't nearly as, I guess, interesting, exciting, eventful as your guys. It's honestly really simple. I just grew up in a small town away from the city. Well, not terribly far, but my dad was a soldier, and my mom was a worshiper of Athena, and I just kind of followed in their footsteps. They weren't ever bad parents. They were actually very kind and sweet. They're the reason that I decided to fight for the people rather than anything else. They taught me to take care of others, to be kind to them. And I kind of just been following what I have been coming across. I see them as trials that Athena has given to me.
That's very straightforward. How...
Yeah.
You are seemingly very young, but are you like Kyriaki and Andrak? Have you lived for a long period of time?
Gods no. I can't imagine all the things that you guys have come across and seen. Honestly, to you guys, I feel like an infant.
Kind of are.
Yeah, that is true.
You say that you followed suit following Athena because of your family, but you seem very dedicated. I can only assume that you have a solid devotion towards Athena for yourself, correct?
Yes, I do. I believe that she is, well, her gift of strategic war is what kept so many people dear to me alive. And I feel like I owe her. Is that weird?
Malachi shrugs a little bit.
Palace
No.
is going to stand and walk out of the room. She's going to say, I think I heard something. I'm going to go for a walk. She's going to leave.
Don't go far, please. I can't understand that woman. No, Aldora, that is not weird. I've never been one to really affiliate with the gods, even when I was mortal and before I died. I never really felt much draw to them. And since I've been repurposed by Hades, I've found to be more or less at the whim of the gods. It's not a good feeling, especially as wrong as what I was doing before I died was. There was freedom in making my own choices and choosing how to live. It was admittedly vile existence, and I can look back at that and see it now, but I've never been one to be quite enthused about being told what to do.
Hmm. That's understandable. I know there's a lot of people who would rather to have that freedom to not be controlled, following orders. But I do have a question for all of you guys. Are you content with your circumstances?
That is a difficult question to parse, but he'll look at his sword for a second. I'd say I am.
She will look at Malachi and Kyriaki.
As Zandrak said, that is a difficult question. I think my very existence is bound to the gods now, and I don't believe that choosing anything other than their bidding could very well just send me into the underworld to be tortured for the rest of my life. But no, to be quite honest, Aldora, I am not pleased with the circumstance I find myself in. I am bound by duty and the choices of my patrons. But I am not choosing this. It is not something I would have chosen if given the option.
Do you think that accomplishing this goal that we all have, do you think that it will change your circumstances to relieve the punishment, I guess you could call it, that you're given?
He hangs his head. Aldora, I don't know if you know much of Hades, but I don't believe he's very forgiving of punishments. I fully embrace the fact that this is probably my eternal life now. As long as I am useful to him, I will be here, and as soon as that stops, I will be gone. I doubt very heavily there will be a change for me. Even Persephone's touch has only moderately done anything to that circumstance.
In time we'll see. I hope that your circumstances get better. Then Aldora will look at Kyriaki.
I am content with my life. I have lived a long time to look and change. I was not always as devoted as I am to Hecate now. But I know that when I was born, Hecate guided my caretaker Maria to me. I don't know where I was when Maria found me, but I probably would be dead. Hecate, and other than the first time meeting all of you, and you find me a little weird, imagine growing up around normal people. Hecate was the only one who ever treated me like other mortals. I was just another human to her. My devotion is stemmed from acceptance and treatment to be like any other normal mortal. I am not like any other normal mortal, and I serve her with such, the only other way to say is devotion, because I have always been grateful for what she has done. And I will continue to be grateful, and I will continue to serve her until I feel as if I have fulfilled it. But I will never fulfill it. So yeah, I am content.
See.
Andrak, I've never quite heard. Do you owe devotion to anything in specific?
I do not serve any specific god. I pay off a debt to one, but that is all.
A debt
It
to
is a more
whom?
lenient debt, though.
To whom do you owe this debt, if you're not too ashamed to say?
Ares.
Ah,
He spared my life once, when he had full right to take it. So, for that, I owe him. I know very little, but I believe before being a carpenter, my father was a soldier. He lost his leg and left that life. I don't know much else, though. He never told me. Taught me the basics of fighting. And when I had ventured to join the Argonauts, I had taken his old armor. It fit ill. He was not a small man, but he was closer to the size of you. Look at Malachi, so you can see how the armor would not quite suit me.
Yes. A rather tight fit. He kind of smirks. He looks over at Kyriaki. I'm sorry, but this may be a strange question. You have been around for a very long time and served Hecate the entirety of it. Have you ever done anything for yourself?
Oh, for sure. My youth, I spent most of my life for myself.
Oh. So you know what it is to live.
Yes, I know what it... I left the temple. I grew up in a temple of Hecate. I was taught old magic that no longer existed, and that's where I got my education. And my love for knowledge and everything. The priestess there taught me a lot. But, you're young and you want to do other things. So I left the temple and explored. I went out with my friend Leonidas. After his passing, I returned to the temple, and it was no longer there after 50 years. 60 years. It's gone.
Why was it gone?
These temples don't always stay up. Hecate is not popular.
That is understandable. You are spooky. If your goddess is anything like you, I could see people being afraid of her. Not in a disrespectful manner, but she is.
She is the goddess
strange.
of witchcraft. The magic I hold, the magic I wield, even then was dying. Not a lot of priestesses were willing to make the sacrifice. And that's what it is about. My magic is the sacrifice to wield it. And not a lot of humans have the capabilities. My master, Maria, she wielded it differently. Hers was like a song, almost. I could not do the way she was. I am a terrible singer. But, yeah, once Maria passed, the temple was not as home anymore. Then I went out, came back, and then I traveled. And then I had nothing else but Hecate. Guiding me, showing me where I could go, where I'd feel more welcome, taking me to other temples, things like that.
A strong connection to your goddess.
I do. She is my first friend, my first love, and my first break. She laughed when I told her, and then patted me on the head and sent me on my way. Oh, it's heartbreaking, but all well.
I'm sorry, maybe I'm missing the context, but did you just say that you literally fell in love with your goddess?
Yes.
And you
Not as strange as you think.
It is not as strange as you think.
Not as uncommon either.
I mean, look at Zeus. Look at all his children.
A plethora of them, yes.
Once again, as I stated, I've never been particularly influenced by the gods, so I didn't realize such a thing was possible.
I've never heard of that either. I'm quite surprised.
Look at these children, don't understand anything.
Traveling alongside many demigods shows you how much love they can hold. He has a very long look for a second. I traveled with many of the sons of Poseidon.
I don't know if I should be apologizing for that.
They were alright. They were not that bad. A little boisterous, but Kyriaki has a similar stance in their self-confidence, if you want to put it nicely.
It's okay, you can call me cocky, I don't mind. I know what I am.
You're not as bad as they were. But
I'm also not a demigod, so...
Are you not?
No, I generally do not know what I am. I asked Hecate once, and she said, and I quote, the product of someone else's curse.
Your
But that's
curse.
about all I got. I think so. But she laughed and said it was her to know and me to never find out.
Strange. But they would... That does sound like any of the gods.
This is the reason that I have difficulty with the gods, personally. I suppose I've never been quite one to accept whim and secrets at a face value like that. I want to know why things happen and generally why I'm being told to do something. Perhaps it stems from being a soldier. I understand what a direct order is, but I was never really... There was no nuance in being told what to do when you were a soldier. It was just, go here, attack thing A, and that was it. Arguably, why I work well as an agent of Hades. He has never been quite clear about what he does, what I'm doing. It's just go here and attack thing.
You've lived that logic quite well so far. You go place, hit thing, get hit a lot.
Yes, I sometimes do contemplate why Hades wouldn't have given me some kind of, a stronger body. Such as yours, Andrak. You seem to take so many hits and never fall.
I am durable, but you have seen me go unconscious before.
Once, I believe. Literally. I've also seen you stand in a sea of enemies and take hit after hit and pretend as if it never even happened. You're impressive as a warrior. It's why I'm kind of surprised not to know that you did not start as a soldier. But, yes.
Training alongside legendary champions and demigods does give you an edge, I guess.
Yeah. I feel almost embarrassed. I'm here among all of these people who are either, sailed with legends or are products of a god's very will or valuable servants of them. And here I am, relatively just a bad guy who had a bad time. And now I'm here with you all. I can't help but notice the contrasting circumstances.
That's a terrible way to look at yourself. You are Malachi. You serve Hades, and you serve now Persephone. If you keep looking at yourself in such a terrible way, you'll always consider yourself that way.
I don't think you're a bad guy.
You may be bad guy, but that does not mean you are bad guy. Okay, Ralph, anyone?
Yeah. Thank you, Aldora. Perhaps it's hard not to think of myself that way, considering the only reason I'm still alive and here in this place is because of those choices. And I understand what you're saying, Kyriaki. I'm attempting to think along the ways that you've mentioned, but old habits, something like that.
They tend to die hard.
Not as hard as I did.
That sounds like quitter talk.
Have any of you ever fought a Spartan?
Nope.
No.
I don't know, Todd. Have I fought a Spartan?
Given your personality, probably.
Yes.
Let's find out.
Percent roll?
Shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Since I see it as likely as happening, I'm going to say 50%.
Edric's gonna look confused. What is a Spartan?
25.
Yeah, you fought a Spartan.
Yeah, I fought the Spartan. What's a...
They're just, let me just say, I thought of myself as a fairly apt warrior back when I was, a brigand and trained to be a hoplite and a soldier, but there's just simply nothing like a Spartan. I've never seen so many of my men lose the will to fight in such quick order and immediately be killed afterwards. Spartans are warriors from Sparta, Andrak. They are very skilled warriors. Or they were. He looks back at Kyriaki. As far as I understand, they're all gone now.
Clearly not that proficient if they're gone already.
I've
Maybe at the
never
times
lost
have
a
changed.
fight to a Spartan.
A Spartan is what killed me. A gladius shoved through my heart in incredible efficiency.
Brigands tend to overestimate themselves. Sorry to say.
Yes, well, we all learn lessons in life, and I suppose mine was not to be a piece of shit and raid cities nearby Spartan territory.
Oh, see that now that I get that, that is terrible.
A few had learned that lesson when they encountered me. It takes more than a few weapons thrown at me to take me down, so...
I'm sorry to say that I'll never get to see the glory of you facing a Spartan in combat. That would be interesting. I imagine it was probably somewhat similar to facing the apparitions, the spirits, I guess, of Ares.
They were quite skilled, yes.
Malachi
I would be
leans...
interested in learning about them more, if they exist or any remain.
Perhaps. I'm not sure anything can be truly destroyed in its entirety. But these demons are very thorough. Malachi leans back kind of on this hedge wall, rubs his eyes. This was good. It was good to get to know everybody a little bit more. I believe that this is a good place to start, and perhaps more information will come forth as we continue to travel with each other. I would like to know more about Castor, despite the fact that I don't believe he really has much to say about his existence. And also, Palace, wherever the hell she has gone.
Just let me know if you decide to go back to trying to be a brigand. You'll see a faint smile.
He laughs. Yeah, no, I don't think that's in my lot for life anymore, but as soon as I do, I'll let you know, Andrak.
That's how I got my sword, after all.
The sword.
Maybe I'll get a cool scythe. You can tell he is joking with you. For once, he's actually cracking the lightest smile.
Malachi chuckles and says, the scythe, not all it's cracked up to be, gonna be honest. Turns out, turning a farming tool into a weapon can have drawbacks too.
Yes, when you draw it back, it tends to cut your friends.
Yeah, I'll try not to do that anymore, but no promises.
I don't think you've ever made any promises.
Yeah.
To at least us.
Yeah, I mean, technically you're right. I don't think I've made many promises in life in general.
Kyriaki, looks around the group, nods her head, and is like, that's it. I've decided I trust all of you. I was waiting. I was trying to weed it out. But, there have been real moments that you could have killed me and you haven't, so fine. That's all it takes.
Malachi audibly laughs and says, that's all it is, huh? That's all it takes to trust someone. Okay. Well, thank you, Kyriaki.
Well, I mean, you guys could have vanished on us at any time during one of our battles here.
I don't think they would do that. They seem
Exactly.
very bloodthirsty. One of them more literally than the other.
Malachi?
No, I don't think he's talking about me.
You guys look around this room in your little short rest, waiting for Castor and Palace to return. More comfortable with each other, getting to know each other a little better. There's ups and downs of getting to know the people around you. 1, you trust them more, like Kyriaki. 2, you know them better. But unfortunately for 3, that means it'll hurt more. If in this dangerous world full of demons and gods, they die. But, Macy, if you would please, send us off for the week.
Alrighty, you fucks. See you next time on...
The Disney Channel.
Just call our listeners fucks?
Yeah. See you guys next time on the Dungeon Speak podcast.
Wait, did it not play?
No.
Wait, hold on, let me redo it. Please, let me redo it. Hold on. I had it something really funny. Okay.
Uh-huh.
See you fucks next time on...
We don't hear anything.
Why are you just insulting the listeners?
Wait! It's supposed to be the Rickroll! The Rickroll's not playing, I have it to the mic and it's not doing shit!
Never gonna give you up.
You can
Never
add
gonna let you
Todd
down.
can just add that later.
Oh yeah, hey please, Todd, can you do that?
Oh my god.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
I'm sad that didn't go as smooth as I was hoping because I was so excited
okay.
for like 3 minutes.
Just now you need to apologize to listeners for calling them fucks like 3
Oh.
times.
Oh,
Oh, no. Okay, go ahead, Macy. They're listening.
uh,
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.